No need for that intro. But anyway, hello there, everybody. Hello. Happy Saturday night. Happy Saturday wherever you are, whenever you are, whoever you are. It is I, the Professor of Pugilism, the Archduke of Old School, the Lord of the Soup, the Master of Galaxies, the Man of the Hour, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. Poncho Smith here. Welcome in, and welcome back, and welcome to another installment of this here Steins Gate computer video novel. We're doing this again, Had a clear night tonight, and I do not foresee any weather conditions. So, besides, this is going to take us a while to sort of pour through anyway. I'd like to get this done before the end of the month, so I'm going to take whatever chance I can to just sort of plow through, just sort of get through the rest of it. So, when we last left off, last night, we successfully, Mr. Rentaro here, successfully procured an IBM 5100 computer entertainment system. The Phantom of Akiba. And, yeah, we forestalled Kirisu to, carry the box back to the lab with us. So, we are right outside the building. So let us proceed. It's dark by the time we get to the lab. It's normally less than a 15-minute walk, but since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks... Oh, blame her, why don't you? Since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long. Half an hour. That's not too bad. Yeah, you know, neither of you strike me as the pinnacle of physical fitness, just saying. Sure. Okay, we're... Yes, your right arm, or your right arm. Your right arm, it's probably the carpal tunnel from all the jorking you do. Yeah, that's how smart people threaten you. Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. What took you so long, man? What took you so long? Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year's New Gen incidents. And that's something very specific. Okay. Fictional, the popular name for a string of bizarre serial murders that occurred in Shibuya 1 year ago. A total of 14 people died in all 7 incidents. The methods of murder were entirely unorthodox, which led to its cult popularity among the youth of Shibuya. The mass media dubbed this the New Generation Madness, not to be confused with the new generation of the WWF, now WWE. You know, from like 94 to about 97. A 25-year-old man was arrested as the culprit, but passed away in the Shibuya earthquake immediately afterwards. How convenient. To this day, rumors remain on the internet that he was not the true culprit. Well, that's kind of freaky. That's a little freaky. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's bring the IBM 5100 into the lab. The final barrier awaits. Unless Mr. Braun suddenly shows up and demands his rent money. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase. I checked the window. The lab's lights are on. Yeah, get the part-timer. Part-time warrior comes out of the Braun Tube workshop with perfect timing. I bet she can pick it up all by herself. Yes, sugoi. Very cool. Very... I wonder if sugoi is seen now in the same way that chevere is seen in the Spanish language. Do people... Maybe it's seen as like an antiquated way of saying cool. How like your grandfather said something was cool. How it was groovy, or... I don't know. I don't know. What... I don't... What did my grandparents... How did they express excitement over something? I mean, half of them are dead, so I can't ask them now. Or maybe I could ask my father how his folks responded when they were excited about something. When something great or amazing, how they expressed those sentiments. I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's going to do that, she should at least call me Hyoin Kyoma. Let's get it upstairs. Kurisu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit, too. Kurisu and I place it on the ground gently so as not to damage the contents. Gotta work on that core strength, Christina. Yeah, she's a little surprised at that, too. Then, suddenly, Suzuha looks at Kurisu. She gasps, then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath. Oh dear. It's her name, don't wear it out. For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? I can't move a muscle. The air's so thick with tension. Suzuha turns away and without looking back disappears into the Brawn Tube workshop. I guess she's not helping us. Now Kurisu demands answers from me. Kurisu picked a fight with me the first time we met too, but that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs. I love her insults. You're like a junkie hyper-secreting beta endorphins. Well, he does come off as a bit of a beta. A neurotransmitter secreted by the brain effectively suppresses pain and stress producing euphoria. The effect known as runner's high can be explained by the secretion of these beta endorphins. Calling him a beta before... a decade before it was cool to call people that. That's why we what? Well, that's your opinion. What? For a moment, there is complete silence. Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means? She's a fucking weeb, too. Well, I guess not technically a weeb, she is Japanese. Is weeb nowadays just considered a catch-all term for a Japanophile who is not Japanese, just thrown at anyone who isn't Japanese? That's kind of the impression I have, just sort of how the way that word is used. Yeah, give her a little bit of credit, man. Give her some credit. I'm not sure that's the best nickname you want to be giving her, man. We try to avoid discussion of the actual Chris Chan in the real universe. Looks like Kurisu's interested in the IBN 5100 and CERN, after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet. She can take care of herself on the streets at night. She'd probably glare and lecture people to death. Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves. Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns the machine on and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Yeah, okay, I gotta divvy up the duties. That's my super hacker. That better not be... It is. It is. Alright, Moeka. Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBN 5100 on display. Maybe I should have asked. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you found anything, Moeka. I look up. Kurisu is glaring at me. Yeah, you called him by his Christian name. I take one step towards Kurisu. And she takes a step back. Yeah, when we... You know, shit's fucked when Daru was the voice of reason. Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back this time without taking her eyes off of me, She bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists. Okay, she's ready to fucking throw down.
今岡部と言ったか。
言ったわよ。悪い。確かに私はあんたより年下だけど、人のことクリスティーナだとかゾンビだとか呼ぶ相手がいるとき、そいつには敬意を表さないとするのが私の考えなんだから。
違う。
Okay. No, call him by his kayfabe name, by his Chunibyo name.
俺は岡部ではない。不法員強魔だ。何度言わせればわかるのだクリスティーナ。
Just punch him in the nuts.
自分のこと棚に上げすぎだろ、あんた。
以後、俺のことは法員、あるいは強魔と呼ぶよ。
お断りします。
Kurisu snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes?
もしかして泣いたのか。
泣いてないわよ、バカ。男の人に怖い顔で迫られて恐怖を感じちゃったりなんかしてないし、その後のあんたのバカゼリフにホッとして涙が出ちゃったわけでもないからな。
She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems like she was crying after all. Maybe take it down a notch or 10, brother.
誰よ。助手はなぜ泣いている。
今本人が全部説明したわけだが。
This guy, the fucking otaku hacker. He's got more social awareness than you, man. That's saying something.
俺は名前の間違いを正しただけだ。
強気に見えて意外と打たれ弱いのかも。それはそれで燃えるけど。
Okay, I take that back. Well, whatever, back to checking mail. But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work, so before that, I take out a fresh Dr. P from the fridge. And I've got my Tahitian lime-flavored sparkling water with me. Almost done, so I'm gonna have to pull another one from the freezer at some point.
ねえ、話を聞かせてくれないの？
Dr. People! This soda is made of people! It's Soylent Green all over again. I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around. That's her second kya of the game. Kurisu tries to catch it but fails magnificently. Don't know if I want to drink that. It's fine, it's fine. I'm almost pretty sure that soda does not contain any actual people. Almost sure. But, how you doing, Lammy? How you doing? Glad to have you in. Happy Saturday night. I hope all is well on, your side of things. We are in, this is stream number 4 of, Steins original recipe. Not any of the spin-offs, and it's not the new one that's, coming out soon, because it's not even out yet. But I figured that since there was going to be a reboot of this, I figured, hey, you know, we still got the old one, we still got the original on Steam, so... Plus, I needed a break from all the, 3D platforming. I wanted to play something that wouldn't make me angry. So that's why we're doing this, and hopefully this will take us through, the rest of the month, I hope. But yeah, welcome in, good to see you again. Okay. Yeah, I had a sip of normal water, went down the wrong tube. I'm sure everybody knows. Everyone would know what that's like. Alright, good. Had bad anxiety for almost a week. Okay. Well, okay, you're on the upswing at the very least. I know sometimes those things aren't easy to deal with, you know, and you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Alright, I don't have any... Okay, we're not gagging on water anymore. That feels so ridiculous. You know, with the whole humans being like 96, 98% water, and you can easily choke on water too. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Okay. Okay, she picks the bottle up off the floor and then shoots me a glare.
それでも飲んで少し待っていてくれ。
And I know this has a very popular anime adaptation. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I know a lot of people have. It's like one of those cases for me where I don't feel any urgency to watch the anime because I've played the game. Kind of the same deal with me and the Danganronpa series. I mean, the first season of that, you know, holds pretty close to the game, and the rest are, I guess, separate stories from what I understand. Okay, she's drinking the dock pee.
お気遣いありがと
I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. Alright, we don't have a choice. Inbox. Reply. I got the goods. Over. I send a concise message as possible. As concise a message as possible, I think. I turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. Yeah, this is when sending emails by your phone, by using your phone. It's a little flip phone, too. They're using old technology here. This is a game from 2009. The story takes place in 2010. And we're dealing with someone who is very adept. Okay, the goods you found in IBN 5100 Gimme, Moeka. This lady's making lots of demands of us, man. Gimme? What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I send that. Alright, cool. Another instant reply! Gah. Let me borrow it, Moeka. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear and I'll never see the IBN 5100 again. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. The address is... Okay, I'm pretty sure there will be no repercussions from this. There will be no ramifications from this. I add the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come.
待たせたな、クリスティ。
Oops. Okay, the screen went down on my end. Yeah, so basically we were looking for a really old school, or at least the characters here were looking for a really old school personal computer. One from the 1970s. They finally got it, and they can use one of its features to, basically crack the code of a website, or crack the code of a large entity to get it to obtain their deep dark secrets.
女子はドクターペッパーがいける口か。
本場で7年過ごしてきたからな
I've lived 7 years at its birthplace. She's Japanese, but she did spend part of her university life and research time in the U.S.
なるほど。お前とはいい飲み友達になれそうだ。
私は未成年よ
そうではない。ドクターペッパーを飲み交わす友達という意味だ。
I thought she was 18, didn't they say that?
それ限定なのか
Or was she 17? I'm not sure. Yeah, so some of these characters are close to a college age. There are a few 18 and 20-year-olds here. Which is, for this time period, okay, cool. Not everybody is a dumb high school baby, but there are a few, so... And so I explain how Daru and I hacked into CERN. There's the, organization that we're trying to get the dirt on. And how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years. And how they've successfully created mini black holes. and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story.
確かにセルンは妙だけど、それと IBN5100 とどういう関係？
セルンのデータベースに IBN5100 が使われているんだ。
だから
そのデータベースの情報を解読する同じく IBN5100
Okay, decryption work. That's what I meant to say just a moment ago.
なんでそうわかるのよ。
とある筋からの情報だ。
I don't drop Titer's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisu puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought.
IBN5100 云々はともかく。
I don't know, do you put your hands to your mouth when you're, like, deep in thought? I tend to, like, walk around back and forth. I'm a bit of a pacer. I get accused of being a pacer. I make people dizzy. Just not while I'm streaming, obviously.
セルンが本当にそんな研究をしているのか、確証が欲しい。
True, we didn't get any definitive proof or definite proof of CERN's time travel research the last time we hacked them.
だがセルンのサーバー管理者のパスワードを見つけるのは時間がかかるのか。
Here's our hacker buddy.
これやろうと思ってたんよ。半日はかからないんじゃね？
Half a day. Okay.
という
There you go. Who's emailing me now? Lukaku. Okay. Oh, I wouldn't want Hashida-san to hyperventilate. I really want to cook for you, Okabe-san, but it's probably best if I don't. Okay. Yeah, all these emails are from the other characters in the game. Sometimes he gives them a nickname like Shining Finger, or let's see, Part-Time Warrior, because he's a massive delusional chuny.
それまで待つわ。
And this has like a lot of otaku based from its time period. A lot of otaku sort of references, terminology. Bit of a product of its time, especially with how they handle certain things. But overall, I think the narrative does hold up. So let's continue on.
待つってもう夜になってる件について今日は一度帰って明日の朝また来れば？
いいえ、待たせてもらう。1マイクロ秒でも早く知りたいから。
いい心がけ。
She's gonna be stuck at this ratty upstairs of this ratty old building.
知りたくてたまらないという様子だな。
あんたたちの
Well, she's got guts, I'll give her
もし
that.
事実だとするなら、こんなふざけたことってない。セルンは世界最高の研究機関なの。そこが実験結果を公表せずに極秘で実験してるなんて、世界中の研究者をバカにしてる。もし
Yeah, she's doing it for the honor of science. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us.
ではだる、任せたぞ。
Okay, according to Daru's research, the IBN 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows.
電話レンジ見せてもらっていい？
よかろう。実験して。
Okay, also time travel is a big component of the story.
あれ以来一度も再現はできて。
Their method of time travel involves a hooking up your phone to a microwave.
理由は把握してる？
I can only shake my head.
ちょっと試してみましょう。
Kurisu looks around the development room.
しかしガラクタだらけね。
Lots of junk.
ガラクタではない。
Oh, he took that personally.
お前はまだ知らないようだから特別に教えて。これ我ら未来ガジェット研究所が その科学力の粋を結集させて発明した栄えある未来ガジェットたちである。
Yeah, they've made some gadgets, most of them not particularly useful.
ここに保管されているのは未来ガジェット1号から7号までであり、電話レンジカットには未来ガジェット8号にナンバリングされるのだ。
未来ガジェットね。
Kurisu casually picks Future Gadget 4, Moad Snake, up from the shelf and stares at it.
ちょっとこれって兵器じゃないの？
未来ガジェット4号モアットスクレープ時代に似せて作られた瞬間化した
Yeah, a Metal Gear Solid reference.
紛らわしいな。
水を入れて電源を入れればわずか数秒で大量の蒸気が吹き出すのだ。
やっぱりガラクタだな。
Kurisu sighs and returns Moad's snake to the shelf.
これ借りるわよ。
Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Alright, at least somebody's getting some use out of that coat. You can't be doing real science. You can't feel like you're doing real science. You can't feel like you're actually playing the part. You don't feel legit unless you have the lab coat on. That's for realsies.
やっぱり落ち着くな。
Yeah, there you go. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly.
助手よ、お前は分かっているじゃないか。
何がよ。話してよ。
This is not the first time he's grabbed her. Let's put it that way.
やはり研究開発においては白衣こそがユニフォームだよな。
I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything.
やはり俺の目に狂いはなかった。クリスティーナ、お前は最高の助手だ。
褒めてくれてるのかもしれんが、私にしてみれば侮辱されてるとしか思えんぞ。おい。
She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me.
その白衣はラボ面加入記念としてお前にプレゼントしよう。もともと誰も使っていなかったのだ。気兼ねすることはない。
I mean, that's a good thing Daru's never worn it, given some of the shit he looks at online.
お前に巡り合うべくして巡り合ったのかもしれん。ダルが着ようとしなかったのもまた必然。すべてはシュタインズ。
くだらないこと言ってないで実験してみましょう。
Alright, we're ready to do science. Ready to do some friggin' science. Kurisu thrusts both hands into her lab coat's pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine, now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There is a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now.
これって電子レンジの方は何もいじってないんでしょ？
I point to the X68000. There's code on the screen.
常時ターミナルモードにしてやる。どんな設定にもできるのだ。市販されている電子レンジよりも無茶をさせることも可能だ。
放電現象が起きた時はどんな設定にしてた？
特に何も。出荷時設定のままだった。
バナナもらうわよ。
Yeah, the bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left.
それは前よりのものだ。
だったらあんたに許可取らなくていいわね。
Yeah, this whole thing started by experiments with bananas in that microwave. Kurisu takes 1 banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave, name subject to change. Yes, you have to say it completely. You have to say the full name of that device. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave, name subject to change, begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings.
何
The banana's still in the microwave, unjellified. Gesundheit. Kurisu velps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers. Okay, so it still works as a microwave, not so much a time machine at this point.
温められてるわ。
レンジが普通に動作したということか。
This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Kurisu throws in a new banana and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past.
どういうことだ。
やっぱりこの前起きたことはイレギュラーだったっていうことか。
Mm-hmm.
イレギュラーだろうがなんだろうが、原因を究明せねばならない。
それには同意。
We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave, named subject to change, is in fact a time machine.
この前の実験では、
Mm-hmm.
ちぎられたバナナは電話レンジカムをかけて120秒間過ごした後、バナナの房へとゲル化して瞬間移動した。これは120秒前の状態に戻ったと考えるべきだ。
違う。120秒前の状態に戻るならゲル化はしない。
Okay, so she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time.
唐揚げはゲル化せずに冷凍状態へと戻ったのだぞ。
そのゲル化せずに冷凍状態へ戻ったっていうロジックも怪しい。冷凍されていただけでゲル化そのものは起きていた可能性については検証した？
No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Did she eat it like in its frozen state? Was she that hungry? Was she that sick of being deprived chicken that she would eat it frozen?
塩に関してはゲル化はしなかった。
Salt didn't jellify,
何
okay.
も変化しなかったって定義すべき。
この前の放電現象が発生した後、徹夜で実験した結果、キャベツ、大根、米、こんにゃく、メロンパン、ガルガリ君、カップ麺。
Crunchy-kun. Who is Crunchy-kun? Okay, a brand of popsicle popular throughout Japan in addition to the standard soda flavor. Over 50 varieties are sold including cola, grape, with limited promotional flavors. Win may be written on one part of the stick. A winning stick earns a free popsicle. The chances of winning are rumored to be around 2%.
液体に関しても同様だ。あの日は放電現象の前後で実験の成功率が180度変わった。放電現象前はすべて成功。放電現象後はすべて失敗。
Okay, so everything post-electrical discharge.
飲んでるとか？ゲル化したものはフラクタル構造のようだって言ってたわよね。
Mm-hmm.
塩はもともと単純構造だから影響を受けないのかな。電気とどんな関係が？
ここはタイムトラベル理論を前提に考えてみるべきだ。
Yeah, we're still fairly early into the game, so there's going to be a lot of science talk, a lot of references to theories and whatnot.
ダメ。結論ありきで考えるのは良くない。
Good call. I respect her respect for the process. Too many people make the mistake of starting from the conclusion.
すでにいくつも実験成功例があるのだぞ。それを否定するのか？
私は別にこれがタイムマシンじゃなくてもちっとも困らないから。そもそもこの小さな電子レンジの中でビッグバンに匹敵するエネルギーが発生していると定義するのは無理がある。
Mm-hmm. Kurisu frowns deeply.
放電現象の再現、それにフラクタル構造化の再現、どちらもできなくなってしまった理由があるはず。やり方は何も変えていない。設定も全く変えていない。
Mm-hmm.
実験対象も変更なし。
Some other variable. Okay.
誰が観測するかだな。
何よそれ。
量子論だ。 観測者は実験の重要な要素だ。
We're on the fourth stream, and I'm still not sure I have that great of a grasp on quantum theory.
放電現象が起きた時はここには4人いた。でもその前に橋田さんが1人の時にも発生してる。フラクタル構造化した実験時は2人の時や3人の時があった。私たちは2人ともどちらの現象も見ている。つまり条件は変わっていないはず。
だとしたら
There must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach.
腹が減ったのか？
うるさいな。お昼から何も食べてないのよ。
Kurisu turns away as she looks at her watch.
8時か。
Already 8 p.m.
バナナを食うがいい。ただし食べていいのはさっき温めた2本だぞ。実験で使った食材は美味しくいただけ。
Eat the fruit of our experiments.
買い置きのカップ麺があるがいらないか？やはりアメリカ生活が長いとファーストフードの方が好きになるものなのか？
カップ麺。
All right.
カップ麺もらうわ。
Okay. Noodles, noodles, noodles all day.
味は？
醤油味と塩味がある。
塩味。
She seems in the mood to eat.
それとフォークある？
How do you not... You're Japanese. How do you not know how to use chopsticks? Do we have a fork? It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any, and ever since then we've been examining the phone wave, name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Daru wrote are all wizard class, though, so I can't understand most of them. Okay, wizard, extremely skilled hacker, super duper hackerman. Kurisu's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. Alright, it's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying, anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Daru and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Excuse me, Ikebukuro. I know that because it showed up in a Shin Megami Tensei game. In a couple of Shin Megami Tensei games. And Mayuri is still a high school student. I think she's like 16. So of course she'd have a curfew. Okay. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs.
クリスティーナ、こんな時間までここにいていいのか？せめて家に連絡したらどうだ？
連絡なんて必要ないから。
何？お前の親は放任主義なのか？
I mean, she's basically self-sufficient. Kurisu turns to me and sighs.
父親とはかれこれ7年は会ってない。母親はアメリカ。私は今はホテル暮らし。
Okay.
だった。
Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but...
セレブメン。アメリカ人ならホテルよりモーテルだろ。
Maybe she's a particularly well-paid scientist. Did you consider that?
私はアメリカ人じゃないし、東京のど真ん中にモーテルはないだろ。
どんなホテルだ？
どんなってお茶の水にある普通のホテル？
Mm-hmm.
お茶の水？ではここから歩いて帰れるではないか。
まあね。
I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand.
では父親の件について聞こ
は
Okay, yeah, this was a sore spot from earlier.
う。7年
Talk about her father.
と言ったな。
Okay, look at the not quite the top left, but on the left-hand side, going up that cabinet area next to the treasure chest. There's a little penguin guy with a light bulb coming out of his head. A little penguin lamp.
なんであんたが私の父親に興味持つのよ。
お前がこれ見よがしに父親のことを口にしたのではないか。それはつまり、父親の件について相談に乗ってください。お願いします。という。
そんなわけあるか。
よかろう。お前は俺の助手だ。助手の悩みには乗ってやらなければな。というわけで、張り切って話すがいい。
Kurisu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall.
どうした？
あんたに話すことなんて何もない。
そうか、わかったぞ。お前の父親はもともとは英雄だったが、やがてその身を悪に染め、今や帝国の幹部として黒マスクと黒マントを身につけ、こう言っているのだな。そして将来的に親子で戦う目に。
I think I heard Kurisu's teeth grind.
もしかしてすごく怒っているか？
人の家族の問題を。
Kurisu doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is.
そうやって茶化さないで。あんた今、私の心に土足で踏み込んだのよ。
Could her father's situation be a landmine? You think? Maybe I should apologize. I try to think of the words, but before I can say anything...
切った
Oh, Daru came across something. Daru's war cry echoes through the lab.
誰？やったのか？
ミッションコンプリート
Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up.
サーバー管理者の ID とパスを手に入れたぜ。これでもう弛緩し放題だ。ヒャッホー
Alright.
IBN5100 が使われている方のデータベースは？
そっちは独立して存在してるわけで、今回は全然関係ないだろ上皇。
Okay.
そもそもそんな特殊なプログラムで組まれたデータベースじゃアクセスできる人間だって限られるっしょ。所長クラスでもアクセスできないっぽい。
所長クラス以上の役職など存在するのか？
セルン評議会ってのがあるらしい。
Okay, CERN Executive Council.
評議会とはいかにもだね。
他にもって何が？
ラスボスとしてのネーミングに決まっているだろう。
Kurisu looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day.
ダル、早速タイムトラベル理論についての情報があるか調べてくれ。
オキドキ。前に調べたとき Z プログラムってのが怪しかったよな。
それとゼリーマンズレポートとか。
We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Kurisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared.
とくと見ておくがいい。そしてその目に焼き付けろ。セルンがしている世界への欺瞞という現実をな。
うほう、見つけた。LHC 計画担当責任者来たこれ。
責任者ということはかなり重要なポストだな。
今そいつの PC を覗いてるぞよ。Z プログラム Z プログラムと
Z はゼリーの略で間違いないな。
ゼリーは J よ。JELLY。
ケアレスミス、過去悪い。
つまり そんな単純なネーミングのはずがないのだ。これには重要な意味が隠されている。間違いなくダブルミーニング。
Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops.
お、来た来た。
Oh, what you got for me? He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads Z Program Top Secret, or... I guess elsewhere in the Anglosphere, Z Program. Just wanna get that cleared up.
プログラム立案日は1973年になってる。
Okay, 1973.
1954年
1954. I ask Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off.
IBN5100 が発売されたのは
1975年。
So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was so central to CERN's operations. The years match, after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBN hid the proprietary programming language in the IBN 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's C program, CERN's Z program. IBN and CERN are co-conspirators, and both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting.
すげえ JPEG かよ、ふざけんな。コピペできねえじゃん。
Can't copy pasta that. Daru mutters some complaint.
テキストはフランス語じゃないんだ。
What's on screen right now looks like English.
いや、フランス語やらオランダ語やらドイツ語で書かれたものもあるお。中身は同じみたいだけど。
時空の支配とそれに基づく歴史の破壊。 言い換えれば過去から未来までを含む委員会による完全なる理想郷を実現することは21世紀に向けてのセルンの存在意義となるだろう。
Oh, okay, that's the rest of it. Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip.
あ、そっか。マキセシって英語できるんじゃん。
でかした助手。お前がアメリカに留学したのも全て今日この時のためだったのだな。
そんなわけあるか。勝手に運命感じないで。
Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer.
本実験計画は機密保持のため。
Okay, now we're looking at the thing here.
Z プログラムと命名された。 Z はすなわちオメガである、ヤーである。その名に意味、あるいは何らかの情熱的な精神を込めることを禁止する。プログラム従事者に不利益を与えることが推測されるためである。Z プログラムは国家間の枠組みを超えた極秘共同プロジェクトであり、電磁波研究と同じく300人委員会から承認を受けた最優先研究事項である。以後、セルンにおいて行われる他の研究のすべてはこの Z プログラムの核機能として機能させることが決定。
Okay, I guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull.
Z プログラムの具体的な内容は書かれていないのか。
Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window.
あった。あ、これは。
What can't be? Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen.
なんだ。
Z プログラムでは高エネルギーの陽子衝突を用いた時空間転移実験を行う。
And they make reference to the Hadron Collider. Space-time displacement experiments. In other words,
タイムトラベル実験。
I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. The literal window, not the window on the monitor. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us.
まさか本当だったなんて。しかも40年近く前から世界中の科学者を欺いてきたっていうの。
俺の睨んだ通りだな。その裏には巨大な影が潜んでいる。おそらく機関、あるいは
何が機関だ。この中二病。たまには真面目に話しなさい。
バカを言うな。俺の言葉は常に真実を指しているぞ。
つか機関っていうより委員会じゃね？そう書いてあったし。
300人委員会か。
The Committee of 300... No, wait. Okay. The Unseen Masters, a secret organization rumored to manipulate the world behind the scenes. Some believe that the many secret societies spoken of by conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Committee of 300. One theory states that the Committee of 300's ultimate goal is to establish a one-world government. With the exception of the elites, the world's population will be reduced to 1 billion, and that remaining 1 billion will be enslaved.
カイトはまた別のものを指してると思うけど、何を指してるのかしら。
世界はあらゆる欺瞞で満ちている。お前たちが思っていること美しくはないのだよ。
Hold on, my bottle cap,
話聞けよ、オカリン。
went on a trip of its own.
聞いている。300人委員会こそあらゆる秘密結社、各国政府、あらゆる財閥の最上位に位置する。
適当言って。
事実だ。嘘だと思う。ネットでググるといい。
Don't believe me. Sources, Google it.
これまで人類はどれだけ繁栄しようとも時間という壁に突き当たってきた。その壁を突破することができるタイムトラベル技術は人類史を大きく塗り替えるだろう。文字通りの意味でな。かつての核兵器と同じく神に等しき存在になれる禁断の果実だ。それを得たいという誘惑に抗うことのできる者はいない。当然ながら権力を持つ
Okay,
者は
those with power use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Mortality is not but a
人
joke
としての倫理だ
to those who would stand with the
わ
gods.
かるか、クリスティーナ。
ご公説をどうも。
Fine speech.
そこまでスラスラと喋れるっていうことは、あんたも神を目指してるの？
この法王院教魔が望むのはそんな
Also, Rentaro and Hyoin Kyoma are the same guy.
そして支配構造
That's the name Rentaro. Hyoin is what Rentaro wants everyone to call him. You know, his kayfabe name. His evil genius name. Because of reasons.
法王院に聞いてるんじゃない。私は岡部に聞いている。
俺は法王院だ。
つまり自分を持ってないってことね。
Damn you, assistant. How dare you attack my very identity?
そんなことよりマキセ氏、Z プログラムの続きプリーズ。
ダル、そんなこととはどういう言い草だ。
陰謀論は聞き飽きたお。オカリンの妄想より Z プログラムの方が気になるし。
I told you, they're not delusions and they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority is now to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as CERN.
ジョッシュ、続きを。
頼み事するときぐらい誠意を見せろよ。
Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating.
プログラム第一段階、大型ハドロン衝突型加速器の建設および実用化。
Okay, collider. There's been references to that. Okay, a device that accelerates charged particles in order to research the reactions that result when such particles collide. The type of particle accelerated also determines the name of the equipment. In recent years, most high-energy accelerators have been synchrotrons, ring types. Ring-type accelerators are very expensive to build, but they can perform most effective experiments. The reasons for the ring shape is that charged particles can be sent through an electromagnetic field to bend their trajectory through the Lorentz force, the world's largest synchrotrons, other than CERN's LHC, are located in the US, the UK, and Japan.
加速器については1959年に完成した陽子シンクロトロンからの半世紀にわたるノウハウ蓄積により一定成果を得ている。
Okay.
プログラム第2段階リフターの実用化および調査。これにより2つ以上の人工的な局所場得意点の生成およびカーブラックホールの生成を可能とする。なおブラックホール生成についての情報を意図的に曲解させてリークし、プログラム本来の目的について悟られぬようにすることが必要。
Okay, so a misinformation campaign.
動物実験。
Oh, okay, this might get unpleasant if you're an animal lover. Oh, okay, they glossed over that completely. I think I know what's next. Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath, then finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. That's how they're making the Dr. People soda. They're reducing the humans into atoms and turning them into soda with their experiments. A chill runs up my spine. I admit it, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies, morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this?
なオカリン、前にハッキングした時のこと覚えてるか？確か盗み読みした。
Give me one moment. Alright. I had to break out the, I had to pause that for some chancla-related duties. Alright.
実験結果エラー、ヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。詳細は別紙ゼリーマンズレポートをなんとかかんとか。
Yeah, that did happen. I love that sound when it gets all choked up. He makes that noise. Someone died?
それって人体実験となんか関係あんのかな？
My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kurisu and Daru are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but I can live with myself. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy?
ゼリーマンズレポートを探してくれ。
マジっすか？
マジだ。 ただしクリスティーナ、
え、
お前はもう帰る。
なんで今さら。
It's for your own good.
ゼリーマンズレポート、嫌な予感がする。
Okay.
これを見たら俺たちはもう普通の生活には戻れない。お前はその若さでサイエンス誌に論文が載るほどの天才だ。有望な将来を捨てる必要はない。
もしかして心配してくれてる？
当たり前だ。お前は俺の助手だからな。
助手じゃないって言ってんだろ。気遣ってくれてどうも。でも帰らないわよ。この事実を世界に告発しないと。
ダメだ。それは危険すぎる。
ビビってるのか？
俺たちはこの陰謀を前にしたらあまりに無力だ。下手な行動を起こせば即消されるだろ
う。でもだからって
これは遊びではない。冗談で言っているのでもない。
分かった。告発はやめる。
Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits.
でも帰らないから気になって眠れない。
後悔しないな。
しない。
She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit, or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down.
ダルはどうする？覚悟はできているか？
僕はスーパーハッカーだし。
He's comfortable even in this situation.
そもそも足がつくようなヘマもしないっつうか。
That settles it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kurisu in the eye.
よし。始めよう。
Let's mosey. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru.
なお、本作戦名はレーギャルンの箱とする。
Leegyarn's chest, okay. In Norse mythology, the gigantic chest protected by 9 locks that contains the cursed sword Leviathan. Leviathan? Looks kind of like Leviathan. That particular word.
なんで北欧神話？
It's kind of a popular thing with Chunmyo culture.
神話なんきっとかっこいいからじゃね。
そもそも作戦名とか言っちゃう男の人って。
Yeah. Good question.
作戦開始。
He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It required a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily.
いい。開くぞ。
Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman and Jellyman's report means.
ジェリーマンズレポート10。被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳、出身アメリカ。Z プログラム4、実験日2005年1月28日、
Okay.
13時05分。
Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud.
実験結果、エラー。ヒューマンイズデッド。ミスマッチ。
またそれかよ。
超重力による無
You can see the Jellyman on the right
ハード
there.
ワークホール内の得意点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる。
Okay.
1921年4月3日、 ニューヨーク14丁目にてビルの壁面に右半身が埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見された。
It sounds like Karisu was reading the newspaper article at the end.
身元不明の男の死体は全身がブヨブヨのゼリー状になっていた。
Okay, and that is the start of Chapter 3. So let me drop a shave right here. I'm gonna go get up and walk around a little bit, take a little bit of a breather, and then we will get right back into the proceedings. Oh, where was the save button? Okay, overwrite that. I'll be right back in a moment. Need to take care of a few things. In the meantime, I'll let the dancing boys keep you company. BRB, everybody. Okie doke, I think that's enough. That's enough of a little breather for now. Going back to here. Back to the gameplay. That's literally what I call this scene. Okay. I guess we're at the next chapter, Butterfly Affects Divergence. I think this is where we start to see some serious use of the time machine. Okay. The clicking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed and the lab is silent but for the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. Well, I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above my head, scared of going under. That one, that in too deep. And finish off the rest of the semi-flat, sparkling Tahitian lime water. See if I can get the bottle into that cardboard box on the other side of the room. Oh, almost had it. It slid off. It slid off. All right. Well, can't win them all. I half expect guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked. Daru breaks the silence with a disbelieving whisper. Upon hearing the familiar word, jellified, I reflexively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. The jellified bananas produced by the phone wave named subject to change, and the jellified corpses produced by CERN's experiments. They seem identical in nature. Human experimentation. Kurisu speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Kurisu's words. Kurisu points to the part of the black and white photograph, her finger shaking slightly. The jellified corpse of a man, she's pointing to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused onto the jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. Okay, I can kinda make out CERN 21354. It kinda gets away from me from there. Oh, okay, they're zooming in.
CERN は LHC を使ったタイムトラベル実験で人間を1921年へと送り込んだ。
生きたままというのは失敗したみたいだけどね。
ゼリーマンズレポートはこれだけか。
いや、まだ結構ある。全部で14人分か。
Okay, 14 people.
もしもゼリーマンという言葉がゲル化した人間を意味するなら。
I am the Jelly Man. They are the Jelly Men. I am the Walrus. Guku Kajube. I swallow hard. Phrasing! I'm awfully thirsty. Oh, what a string of sentences we're putting together. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and wet my throat. Daru pulls up another report. Without being told to, Kurisu begins translating out loud.
ゼリーマンズレポート9。被験者ダン・ストレイスキ26歳出身カナダ。 Z プログラム4 実験日2004年9月6日14時10分
Okay.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ
Mm-hmm.
新聞記事の切り抜きの
Oh, this paper must be based out of somewhere in Quebec if it's in French. Yeah, somewhere up in Quebec.
2001年の1月31日というのは読み取れる。
場所はフランスのポーかな。
Oh. 2001, that's fairly recent. Game takes place in 2010, I believe. Even though the actual game was released in 2009, I want to say. A pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Daru calls up a machine translation, giving us the following. January 31, 2001, collapsed male corpse discovered in forest outside Pau, France. Its left foot was fused to the tree trunk and the body had jellified. Daru goes to the next report.
ゼリーマンズレポート8被験者リンダ・ヒル25歳出身イギリス
Okay.
プログラム4実験日2004年2月15日13時45分実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ1972年10月2日
Okay.
タミルナードゥー州のダルマプリの路上でゼリー状になった女性の遺体発見。
Okay, this time in India.
車にひかれた跡があり、下半身は損壊していた。
Daru goes to the next page.
ゼリーマンズレポート7被験者ミハイル・ラング33歳出身ドイツ Z プログラム4実験日2002年10月8日
Okay, 2002.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ
Human is deado. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. May 24th, 1936, the corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hiei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard this story before. It was pre-war, though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Okay, so he's a college student around 2009, 2010. So he would have had to have been born pretty early in the 90s, like 1990, 1991? Next page. The picture shows a beach beautiful, but for the jellyfish-like body lying on the sand. It must have washed ashore.
ゼリーマンズレポート6被験者マーク・ヒューズ30歳出身アメリカ Z プログラム4実験日2002年8月23日12時52分実験結果エラー
And then this one dates from 1985. This particular incident.
1985年7月1日フェロー諸島ストレイモイ島の海岸に奇妙な物体が流れ着いた
Faroe Islands.
それは成人男性のようにも見えるがクラゲのようなブヨブヨの物体であり生きてはいない島の住人たちの間では半魚人の死骸ではないかという噂も
Merman, Fishman.
旗と見られる場所にはセルンという刻印があったが
Hey, we just played a Paranormacite game a few months back. That was all about mermans, merpeoples. CERN denies involvement, of course they would.
もう十分だ。
We've seen enough. There are 14 of these people?
発見場所が世界中に散らばっているこの結果からどんな解が導き出せるのかしら
その場所へ送り込もうとしたのだろ
そうは思えない無計画すぎる、
Too random.
カーブラックホールが得意点をどうたらってあったけどそれが原因じゃ
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の特異点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる。そう書いてあった。
Would be rough to go through a black hole.
カーブラックホールって普通のブラックホールとなんか違うん？
It's in our tips, Daru. Read the tips sheet.
理論上存在を予言されているブラックホールよ。中心の特異点が回転しているという。
Would have been funny if Kurisu just said, read the tips sheet.
証明しようもないけど。
Kerr black hole. Where have I heard that term before?
そうか。ジョン・タイター。
Taitor said his time machine used Kerr black holes.
タイターはこう言っていた。2034年にセルンによってタイムマシン開発は成功したと。そしてタイター自身は2036年からやってきたと。
It makes sense for Taitor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Kurisu closes her eyes in deep thought.
カーブラックホールを作るなんて、そんなのむちゃくちゃよ。下手したら地球ごと飲み込まれかねないような行為よ。そもそもカーブラックホールは
Just a theory. A game I fucking threw up in my mouth a little bit when I said that.
タイターの予言は現実であり、ミュウツベに出ていた LHC 実験における最悪の予想図もほぼ事実になりつつある。
MewTube, a popular video sharing website legally distinct enough to work for the game.
タイターの予言は知らんけど、ミュウツベで問題の動画見たことある。2、3年前に話題になってたよな。
Problem video. A CG mock-up of an LHC-generated mini black hole swallowing the Earth went viral when it was uploaded to MewTube. Okay.
ブラックホール内部は尋常じゃない重力なの。そこを通れば確かに時間移動は可能かもしれないけど、生身の人間が通り抜けられるわけがない。
だからこそゼリーマン化しているというべきだろう。
Got squished in the jelly.
素粒子レベルまで分解される。それがブラックホール。
議論するよりタイムマシンについての資料を漁った方が早いんじゃね？
Daru's already started pulling up the new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking CERN like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. But at the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know that it's true. I can't stop now.
あった。Z プログラムの中にタイムトラベル理論について解説してるファイルがある。
Okay. Hit me.
ずいぶんあっさり見つかるわね。セルンにしては脇が甘すぎる。
セルンが甘いんじゃなくて僕がすごいっつうか。
Yeah, super hacker and whatnot.
My favorite right arm であり、
He's your second right
ス
arm.
ーパーハッカーだっけ？
ハッカー？
Hacker with He's the hard R hacker.
なんと書いてある。
Alright. This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant.
ちょっと読む時間をくれない？
Kurisu's eyes dart left and right across the lines. Her earlier reluctance has vanished. It looks like she's as curious as I am.
嘘。これ本当にタイターって何者なのよ？
何をブツブツ言っている？何が書かれているのか教えてくれ。
Yeah, okay.
なんかはめられたような気がしてならない。
どういう意味だ？
ほぼ一緒なのよ。ジョン・タイターが語った理論の内容と。ざっと説明すると、LHC によって陽子を高速の
Okay.
99999991% まで加速して正面衝突させるの。 そうすると10のマイナス24乗キログラムの質量を10のマイナス19乗メートルっていうとても狭い範囲に圧縮して押し込むことができる。
Right.
日本語で OK、 産業で
Okay.
すごく狭い場所、
A small
すご
mass
く小さい質量、
thrust into a narrow
無
space.
理やりねじ込む。
Mm-hmm. That explanation is too vague.
その説明はエロすぎだろ上皇。
What?
は？どこがどうエロいのよ。
Must be all the time she said small mass thrust into a narrow space. I bet Daru likes thrusting a small mass into narrow spaces with great force.
橋田の変態。
そういうマキセ氏もなかなかの妄想能力の高さじゃね。
一緒にすんな。
Her blushing cheeks make her denial less than effective.
アホは相手にするなクリスティーナ。続きを。
何の話だったっけ。
無理やりねじ込む話。
陽子の圧縮の話だ。
Okay. Just say protons, that's less erotic.
ミクロ得意点ができるんだけど。
ミクロ得意点？ミニブラックホールじゃなくて？
意味はほとんど同じだ。
Same
得意
difference.
点はいわばブラックホールの中心だからな。
このミクロ得意点が2つあるブラックホールを作るのよ。
A black hole with two cores? Like a cowlick with two hairs? No, I don't think that's it.
擬人化希望。
はいはい。ミクちゃんとクロちゃんでいいか。
姉妹とか燃えるぜはあはあ。
Stop
ミクちゃ
it.
んとクロちゃんは電子を与えると自由に操れるようになるのよ。
電気ショックで拷問か。それなんてエロゲ？
Do I have to explain eroge? Short for erotic games with erotic content.
操作できるようになった2人を超高速回転させるの。
Mm-hmm.
すると理論的にミクちゃんとクロちゃんは2人とも魔法少女リング上得意点に変身する。
Magical Girl Ring Singularity. That's my favorite manga.
変身バンクですね。わかります。
Stock transformation scene refers to the transformation sequences in Henshin, Hero, and Magical Girl anime. Since stock transformation scenes are used in nearly every episode, their animation is done independently in advance. As a result, the production quality is often higher than that of the rest of the anime. Yeah, think old school Sailor Moon. That's a thing that immediately comes to mind. Well, it looks like these two have found a common wavelength.
これでカーブラックホール効果が生まれることになる。
そもそもカーブラックホールって何ぞ？さっき回転しているって言ってたけど。
そのままの意味。
でもブラックホールって普通回転してんじゃね？穴に向かって渦巻いてるじゃん。
その回転してるように見える部分はブラックホールに吸い込まれつつある周囲の物質でしかない。
Mm-hmm.
普通のブラックホールは超質量により重力崩壊を起こした中心点があるだけ。そこに向かってあらゆるものが落ちていってるの。それは点っていうぐらいだから回転はしてない。一方のカーブラックホールはさっき言った通り中心が点じゃなくてリング状なのよ。ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは普通の人間ではありえないことに魔法を少女化すると心臓が体内でぐるぐるとリング状に回転してるって考えて。
Okay.
グロは勘弁だお。
Yeah, there's some lines he won't cross.
お前はさっきこう言ったな。カーブラックホールは実在したとしても証明しようがないと。それはどういう意味だ？
ブラックホールには イベントホライゾンというものがある。
An event horizon. Known as the Schwarzschild surface, in a black hole there exists a point beyond which even light can no longer escape the black hole's immense gravity. This boundary is called the event horizon. Because light and other electromagnetic waves are responsible for conveying information, nothing that occurs within the event horizon can be observed from the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. The center of a black hole is black because no light can escape from it. Okay.
この内側に入ると時間と空間の役割が入れ替わってしまうわけで、
時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる。
私たちは今空間を自由に移動できるけど、時間を1分過去に戻すことはできない。それが入れ替わるのよ。
Alrighty
イベ
then.
ントホライゾンの向こう側だと空間の移動は不可能になり、逆に時間を移動可能になる。
I can't even imagine what that's like.
空間の移動が不可能だからブラックホールからの再脱出はできないと言える。例えば岡部がブラックホールに突入した場合に体験するのは永遠に引き伸ばされた時間なの。
Okay.
光が再脱出不可能ということは、人の目にはどうやったってイベントホライゾンの向こう側は見ることができない。観測も照明も不可能。
Right, right.
ただし例外もある。タイムトラベルにカーブラックホールを
Exception.
使う
Okay, go on, go
この
on.
例外こそが重要なのよ。
Alright.
もったいぶらずに教えてもらおうか。
カーブラックホールは得意点。中心が回転してるわけだから核運動量が存在する。
Angular momentum. Alright.
だから日本語でオケだって。
Ah, come on, use your imagination.
回転してるってさっき説明したでしょ。その回転運動量って思えばいい。ミクちゃんとクロちゃんに電子を与え続けると自由に操ることができるわけだけど、カーブラックホールの特徴は核運動量が質量を上回るとイベントホライゾンがなくなって得意点が裸の状態になること。
Naked I think you may have done fucked up by throwing the word naked into your explanation. A singularity is usually concealed by its event horizon, which renders observation impossible. A naked singularity is a singularity whose event horizon has been removed. It can therefore be observed and even traveled through. The existence of naked singularities is purely theoretical. Okay.
裸。
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
コスチュームは露出度高えというわけですな。これアニメ化まだ？
Kirisu and I ignore Daru's nonsense.
裸になることで観測不可能だったものが観測可能になるわけか。
イベントホライゾンがなくなることで時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる必要はなくなった。裸の得意点に向けてその入れ替わりを回避して突入できるよう。そして裸の得意点の存在は一般相対性理論と因果率を破綻させるわ。
I think it's dangerous to throw violated in there as well, with Daru around. Laws of physics are broken.
そんなもん。
Oh, kinda like how, when we played Final Fantasy V, the Pixel Remaster. Evil Tree Man X Death. Just totally perverted the laws in time and space. Oh, what was the terminology they used for that fight? The laws of time and space are broken or something. The negation of the theory of relativity and the principle of causality means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Kurisu say that earlier?
これまでも存在する可能性は高いと予測されていた。矛盾するようだけど証明はされてる。因
Okay.
果率が破綻してるわけだから、その裸の得意点の突入性は過去へ遡ることができる。
John Titor said the same thing, so Titor's time machine is using CERN's technology. But Titor's time machine was compact, small enough to fit into a car. The LHC is 27 kilometers long, but they managed to get it down to travel size in just 24 years.
わからないのは得意点に電子を注入する部分。見て、この LHC の写真だけど、陽子衝突地点に妙な機器が設置されてる。
Alright, let's take a look.
だっていう名前で呼ばれてるみたいだ。
Are they going to show it to us?
一体何のことだか。
ダル、聞いたことは？
リフターリフター、さっきの Z プログラムにもちらっと出てきたよな。ググってみる？
Alright, let's go. Jaru opens up a browser window and enters Lifter into the search engine.
お、ヒットしてるし。
Lots of hits. About 422,000 results.
こんなに？機密でもなんでもないのかな？
もしかしてこれじゃないか？イオンクラフト。
イオン、つまり電荷を持った原子や分子のことね。意味としては一致する。
We click on a link that says Ionacraft Lifter. It takes us to a video. Looks like some dim garage. But it doesn't seem like anything secretive, just a garage like you'd see in an average American home. At the center of the screen is a triangular shape made of some kind of metal. It looks about 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. It's connected to some sort of generator by a thin wire. Looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe, the person filming the video slowly turns the power on. And then...
あ、浮いた。
the silvery triangle floats soundlessly into the air. Then it remains stationary.
反重力装置だと？
そんなのあるわけない。あったら世紀の大発見よ。イオンクラフトっていうぐらいだから。
Hmm.
この場合、帯電した空気と電極が関係してるんだと思う。
Kurisu doesn't sound as confident as she usually does. We look up information on the Ionacraft lifter. Lots of sites have detailed instructions on how to make lifters, but I don't know how they work since the sites all give conflicting theories.
そのリフターにセルンが目をつけた。そしてタイムトラベルに必要な装置として組み込んでいる。ミクロ特異点の質量や重力場を操作できるとなれば、やはりこれは反重力装置ということだろう。
まあ、そういう限定的条件に当てはめるなら間違いじゃないかもしれないけど。
Incredible. My curiosity's growing more by the second.
でも、セルンはこのリフターの調整に苦労してるみたいね。ミクロ特異点の重力調整がうまくできていない。だから完全な裸の特異点を作れていない。
そのせいで被験者がゼリーマンになっていると見るべきだな。
Kurisu nods.
裸の特異点が作れていないなら、つまり被験者は
うん
ブラックホールに放り込まれるのと同じだから、突入するだけで凄まじい質量によって押しつぶされるに決まってる。その結果、あらゆる物質がフラクタル構造になってしまったという仮説を提示してみる。実際はどうなってるのかさっぱり。調べるだけで何ヶ月もかかりそう。
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders in resignation.
リフターはまだ未完成か。
If Titor is telling the truth, then CERN won't complete their time machine for another 24 years.
つまり俺たちが先に電話レンジカッコ仮を完成させればセルンを出し抜くことも可能というわけだ。
Oh, all right.
規模が全然違う。それにセルンでさえ完成させていないのに、あんたにできるわけないでしょ。
We are mad scientists, remember?
これは簡単に解決できる問題じゃない。そもそも時間移動調整や時間跳躍後の場所指定の問題もセルンは解決できてないし、ジェリーマンの発見時期や発見場所がバラバラなのも問題だわ。例えば地の底とか宇宙空間とかに放り出されたゼリーマンもいるかもしれない。見つかってるゼリーマン以外にもね。というか、その可能性は限りなく 100% に近い。
Okay, buried underground, floating in space.
地球から何万キロも離れた宇宙空間に放り出されたら、タイムトラベルしても無意味。全く実用的じゃないわ。
可変重力ロックシステムというようなものがあるとタイターは言っていた。それによって地球の重力を捉え、必ず地球がある場所に到着できるようになると。
He did mention
タ
that.
イターの説明はそ 機会があるというだけじゃ説明にはならない。
でも時間移動したら同じ場所に出るだけじゃないの？
出るわけないでしょ。
なんで？
地球は常に動き続けているからだ。
そう、自転と公転。地球の自転速度は
Rotation and revolution.
1650キロ。
Mm-hmm.
公転速度は時速で考えるとおよそ11万4000キロ。1時間前にいた座標から私たちはそれだけ離れることになる。
Right, right.
むほー、そう考えると僕たちってテラハヤス。
それだけじゃない。
Uh-huh.
地球を含む太陽系はミルキーウェイに属してる。ミルキーウェイは渦を巻いているところからわかる通り回転してるのよ。諸説あるけど、だいたい1日に
Yes, we're getting into the deep sciencey talk now. How can she roll all those numbers so smoothly off her tongue? I get that she's a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has she been doing research on the topic?
なんかもうスケールが途方もないぞな。
Oh, someone's hitting me up. Okay, from Ferris. Okay, have you bought Phantasm's debut single, nya? It's the theme song for Rainet Kakaru, so it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies, nya. It's my duty as a Rainetter anyway. There's an important secret hidden in Phantasm songs. The key to unlocking it is... Oops, the bell's ringing, nya. Looks like someone else is here. Better see who it is. I'm aware they are saying... they are said to contain directions to the sanctuary, as well as prophecies regarding the end of the world. Isn't that right? Jesus, she's up that early. Barris ain't sleeping. Nobody is.
それらの銀河軍も超銀河団も動いているかもしれないわけ。そうなるとさらに飛躍的に私たちの移動。
I kind of wasn't paying too much attention to the last statement. Okay. We've kind of gotten to a ludicrous scale. By the way, the Milky Way is part of the large cluster of galaxies. Okay, yeah. I am the master of galaxies, because I was my heroics in a Galaxy 2, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I knew that. It's basic knowledge for me.
いずれにせよ、ほんの1秒前に飛ぼうとするだけでも膨大な局所場指定の計算が必要になるのよ。手動じゃ無理だし、同じ場所に移動しようと思ったらスパコンで計算したって。
ならば仕方あるまい。ダイターを探し出し、その可変重力システムを借りようではないか。
Yeah, just jank it from him.
それは明暗ね。せいぜい頑張って。この問題についてセルンはどうしようとしてるのか。
After blowing me off, Kurisu goes back to reading CERN's documents. Daru and I aren't good with English, so there's nothing we can do but let her work. Dawn breaks. We stayed up all night again. Fighting drowsiness, I refill my mug with instant coffee. I've already lost count of how many I've had.
Okabe.
Kurisu hands her mug to me without looking away from the computer. I guess she expects me to refill it. Since when did I become her maid? She should ask Mayuri for stuff like this. Mayuri's a professional maid, after all. That said, Kurisu's the one reading CERN's documents right now. Daru and I can manage if we use translation software, but we're nowhere as efficient as she is. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to borrow her knowledge. It just goes to show that I was right to make her a lab mem. She's an asset to the lab, for now at least. I should try not to upset her. I silently take the mug from Kurisu, dump in the powdered coffee, and pour hot water from the pot. 2 packets of sugar, no milk. Kurisu has already requested it the same way 5 times today. I mix it well and bring it over to Kurisu. She doesn't immediately realize I'm standing behind her, so I hold the mug in front of her face. Kurisu takes it without turning.
ありがとう。
Her eyes never leave the screen. She's completely absorbed in CERN's research. Even though she was adamant when she called them traitors to scientists everywhere, she's not above picking their brains. But I understand how she feels. I'm itching to know more myself. Daru is fast asleep on the sofa. His snoring is quite loud, furthermore it sounds like he has sleep apnea. Yeah, he is kind of a big boy. I'm surprised Kurisu has been able to ignore it. Is she just that focused? She's in the zone. I decide to watch some TV. As always, the news channels are all covering the Radicon satellite crash.
人工衛星墜落から5日が経過した秋葉原ですが、夏休みシーズンに入ったということもあり、放置されたままの人工衛星を一目見ようと多くの人が詰めかけています。
Alright, still stuck there. Alright, they're talking to the people. Talking to the local citizenry. Saitama, wasn't that the guy from One Punch Man?
イエーイ、千葉の女子高生です。
Way to plug yourself.
日本全国からわざわざ駆けつける人もいるようです。
Yeah, the newest, hottest tourist attraction.
一方、今日未明、NASA アメリカ航空宇宙局のスポークスマンマイケル・バーン氏は会見で、日本に人工衛星が到着したことが墜落した実態が
Crashed object was, in fact, not even a satellite. Well, what do you think it is? Okay, part-time warrior. I'm so hungry I had to skip breakfast again today. I don't have much money on hand. Are there any good places to find insects or weeds? Around here I can get by using my survival skills if I have to. You eat insects. Hardcore. Let's go back to that. What kind of childhood did you have? I mean, she's the one who brought it up.
警察によりますと、墜落した人工衛星については現在調査中であり、撤去する時期のめどは立っていないとのことです。
Is it really under investigation? This could be another plot by their organization. Oh, hey, she showed up. We've been properly tutorued. We have been tutorued in the correct neighborhood. The door unlocks from outside and Mayuri comes in. She has a convenience store bag in hand. There are various food items inside, but it doesn't look like they're for us.
うわー、なんかね、ズズーンっていう重い空気が漂ってるよ。
Oh, it sure is. The three of us probably look pretty haggard since we stayed up all night. But it's hard to put on a bright smile now that I know about CERN.
空気入れ替えるね。
Mayuri opens the window wide. The sky is so blue it hurts my eyes. Large clouds listlessly drift off on the wind. It truly is a refreshing sight. Mayuri's appearance makes Daru get up with a grimace. Kurisu also finally moves away from the computer, sipping her hot coffee while rubbing her eyes. I glance at the clock, then go to the center of the room and call for attention.
いい機会だ。ラボメンが全員集合したところだし、
Okay.
久々に円卓会議を開こうと。
Only 4 lab members, official lab members here. Since Kurisu is the most recent one at LabM 004. That's her ranking number.
タコ会議？
Roundabout confluence. Well, close enough. It might as well be.
なんぞそれ。
ラボメンによる報告会、ミーティングだ。
そんなのこれまでにやったことあったっけ？
そもそも円卓なんてどこにあるのよ。
実物はない。だが我らラボメンの心の中にはある。そうだろ？
そうだろ？じゃなかろうが。勝手に人の心の中に変なもの持たせないで。
Yes, please don't.
マヨシーにもあるかな？
Sure, let's go with that.
あるさ。
そっか。よかった。でも円卓
Roundable. You know, there's something called a reactable. Reactable, kind of mushed into one word. You move these little cubes around on it, and it makes sounds. Makes all sorts of noises. I think Bjork had hired a guy who worked a round table for some of her live shows, like a decade ago.
てかなんで円卓？アーサー王？
そもそも私はラボメンといっても期間限定だし。
These people whine about every little thing. Okay, CG time. He's got his little sody pop in his left hand. Mayuri's got a bit of a onigiri with her. I tell Mayuri everything we discovered in her absence. About how CERN is making a time machine, about jellymen, about how men in black might be coming to erase us for what we know.
悪いことは良くないよって言ったのに。
悪いだと？俺たちが？何をバカな。
Are we the baddies?
それを言うならばセルンの方がよほど悪。世界だけでは飽き足らず、時空までも手に入れようと企んでいる連中だ。
同意するわ。
For some reason, Kurisu backs me up.
セルンのやってることは社会的にも人間的にも、そして研究者としても許されることじゃない。
Yeah, she's all the way on the bottom right-hand side if you can't see her.
そうだけど。
Maybe if I move that way. Yeah, you can just... Yeah, I'm kind of covering up Kurisu there, but... Yeah, you do what you can. Wait, what did I skip through? What did I glance over? She doesn't sound convinced. I didn't want to get Mayuri involved, but she's surprisingly perceptive. She'd just find out about it even if we kept it a secret. So it's better just to tell her.
いずれにせよこれで我がラボとセルンとラグナロックを避けられる。
Yeah, I take it he's supposed to have black hair, Rentaro is. But it's got maybe a slight tinge of, like, dirt green, kinda? It's anime, you can get away with that shit. I guess Mayuri's got the closest thing to natural hair. Well, maybe Daru, too. A large part of me is still afraid, but we've come too far to turn back now. We can't unlearn what we know. Rag in a rock. Put your rock in a rag.
また北欧神話か。
クリスティーナ、お前にはセルン調査について命じていたな。何か新たに分かったことは？
命じられた覚えはないけどね。セルンがタイムトラベルにおいて抱えている問題点は2つ。1つは電子注入装置リフターの調整。
Right.
がうまく機能しないとカーブラックホールの特異点を裸にできない。この状態で特異点を通過しようとすれば超重力によって被験者はミクロレベルまで圧縮されてしまう。当然無事ではいられないわ。それとタイムトラベル先の局所場指定ができないことが2点目。特異点を抜けてどこへ出るかの指定ができない。だから各地で見つかっている14人のゼリーマンはむしろ運がいい方だったと言うべき。
Okay, that should work. That should work.
人体実験は2001年から100回以上行われていた。つまり残りの80人以上はどこへ飛ばされたのかすら確認できていないということ。なんで確認できないの？
They're dead.
あゆし、そんなことも知らんの？地球は常に動いてるんだよ。自転速度は時速にして1500キロ。公転速度は11万4000キロで。
That's gonna break her brain. Daru's tone is authoritative, but he's just relaying what he heard from Kurisu last night.
セルンはその2点について解を模索してるみたいだけど、うまくいってないみたい。
So even CERN is having difficulties?
それで助手よ。セルンのタイムマシンから 電話レンジカッコ仮のヒントになるようなものは見つかったか？
ヒントね。
Kurisu stares at the ceiling in thought.
そもそも LHC は世界一巨大な電子レンジなんて異名もあるぐらいだけど。
そうか。つまり電話レンジカッコ仮は LHC の縮小版ということだな。
Okay,
あながち間違い
we'll
ない
roll with that then. I was sure she'd deny it. In fact, I thought she'd yell at me. But instead, she agreed with me. Throws me off a little.
もっとも電話レンジはわからないことが多すぎる。なんでセルンのタイムマシンと同じような現象をあの小さな電子レンジで起こせるのか。 LHC と違ってこれはタイムトラベルのために作られたものじゃないのよ。
マユシーの唐揚げを温めるためのものだよね。
まあそうね。
少なくともゼリーマンという現象が電話レンジカッコ仮でも起きているのだから、マユリのバナナはカーブラックホールのリング上得意点に到達していると考えるべきだ。
ブラックホールができてるの？ここに？
Yeah, her bananas do.
吸い込まれないかな？
If it sucked us in, we'd become jelly men too.
でも放電現象の仕組みや発生条件が解明できてな
Yeah,
い。
the issue of the discharge is still a
この前の
thing.
実験だと放電現象が起きた時にだけ過去へメールを送れたお。
まだ2度しか成功していないが、その放電現象が意味するのは電荷、すなわち電子注入の可能性が高い。それが発生した時だけ得意点への道が開けるのだ。
放電現象の原因はわからないじゃない。
それはこれから調べる。
そもそも過去へ送れるメールはデジタルデータであって物体じゃないわ。そこがセルンのタイムマシンと決定的に違っている。
Okay, there's a distinction between digital data and physical objects.
いや、やることは同じだ。デジタルデータが得意点を通り抜けないと誰か保証したのか？人間サイズの物体を通り抜けさせるより
Well, maybe.
よほど簡単だと思う。
まあ確かに。
あのね、メールって言うから混乱するんだと思うな。本物の紙飛行機にした手紙がピューンって飛んでいくイメージなんだよ、きっと。
Well, kinda. I see what she's going
む
for.
しろ光線だろう。光デジタルデータみたいな。ところで、過去へ
Does she even know the word
言
optical?
いにくいな。名前をつけようではないか。
Okay, we gotta come up with a new name. Yeah, I'm a little worried too.
またとか言うな。この法王院教魔をバカにしているのか？
どうせへんてこな名前をつけたいんでしょ。
変ってことは失敬だな。ならば発表しよう。俺はこの過去へ送れるメールという現象について
Email sent to the past. Okay.
その名も
Alright, what do you think he's gonna name it?
ノスタルジアドライブ。
Ah,
わかりにくい。却下。
thank you. Thank you, Christina.
助手の分際で却下できる権限があると思っているのか？
じゃあ多数決する？ノスタルジアドライブに賛成の人。
My hand shoots into the air, but nobody follows suit.
裏切ったな、誰マユリ。
クリスチャンの言う通りだと思うな。マユシーはそんな長い名前は覚えられません。
Valid.
12秒過ぎだろ、上皇。
Yeah, valid too, man. Alright, what do we got going on here? Part-time warrior. You don't want to know, Lamau. Yeah, she's not very forthcoming with her personal life. Suzuha is.
ならばお前たちには自分で考えたとっておきのネーミングがあるのだろうな。まさか我が案を否定しておいてノープランとは言わせんぞ。
やっぱり分かりやすさ重視にすべきだと思う。時間を遡っているメールなんだからそこをメールでいいんじゃない？
Retro mail.
そこってどういう意
Okay, yeah, okay, we stumbled at the first hurdle. Mayuri is busy eating strawberry jelly. Oh, she's still got the onigiri. Wait, onigiri. That's a strawberry jelly donut. There you go. It's onigiri and it's a jelly donut. How can she eat that stuff after hearing about jelly men?
今のマユリの反応が答えだ、クリスティーナ。わかりやすい名前をつけるべきと言っておきながら、ちっともわかりやすくないではないか。
それはマユリさんが。
I mean, retro mail sounds like something that, would have some of the features of, like, old email servers, or old email providers.
なんでもない。
You wanted to be polite. Stop short of calling her a dummy.
もしかして今、マユリがバカだからと言おうとしたか？
違うわよ。
クリスちゃん、マユシーのことバカだと思ってるのかな？
I think I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb.
誤解しないで。
Somehow, Kurisu manages to glare at me even while soothing Mayuri.
時をかけるメールの一択だろう。
The male who leapt through time. That's an anime movie reference. That's still a mouthful, though.
少し表現が硬いな。言いにくい。
オカリンのノスタルなんとかだって十分長いじゃんか。
Nostalgic expialidocious nonsense. Okay. Well, that's two movie references you've hit us with, Daru.
ロマンがあればいいのだ、ロマンが。
そんな理由で却下かよ。
あ、トゥットゥルー、マユシーも思いついたよ。
Okay, let's hear it.
あのね、バックトゥーザメール、映画のタイトルとね、メールをくっつけてみました。
Well, she's playing along with the rest of it, playing along with everybody else.
映画のタイトルネタはもう僕がやったって。
それに意味が微妙に違ってきてると思う。
She probably meant mail to the future, but our emails go to the past.
意味とかじゃなくて、映画のタイトルと。
Yes, you've explained, Mayuri. You've explained.
いずれにせよ長い。
じゃあデロリアンメールとか。
DeLorean mail. We're getting closer.
もう何のメールかさっぱりわからないではないか。
ねえ、こんなくだらないことに時間取ってる場合じゃないでしょ。もういっそのこと略して D メールにしなさいよ。
Thank you, Kurisu. Thank you.
いや、しかしそれでは味気なさすぎるというか。
味気なかろうが味気があろうがどうでもいい。
It don't care if it's boring. Maybe they meant to say I don't care if it's boring, but... Shot down. Kurisu's influence in the lab seems to have grown significantly these past few days.
じゃあ D メールに決定します。
Mayuri, finished with her jelly, proclaims in satisfaction. Wait, when did Mayuri become the moderator?
で、なんで D メールみたいな現象が起きるん？
リング得意点への道が開いている。
Yeah, Daru adopted D-mail without any resistance.
ブラックホールが発生しているのかどうかは確認できていない。単にセルンのタイムマシンと偶然似てるだけで、実は全く違う現象かもしれない。焦って結論を出すのは危険よ。
何を言う？お前は自分たちでタイムマシンを作りたいとは思わないのか？そのために危険を冒してセルンにハッキングまでしたのだぞ。
There's a lot of talking amongst themselves in this bit.
タイムマシンとして使えるようにするにはどうしたらいいかだ。
でもさ、僕たちにできると思うん？
できるかどうかではない。やるのだ。
No think, only do. That's Chie Persona 4. Don't think, feel. Or maybe it was Bruce Lee. Or maybe it was Yoda. Had to have been someone.
精神論至上主義。あんたって無能なトップの典型ね。
Who remembers motivational posters? Who remembers those?
まあそもそもオカリンは別にトップじゃないけど。
いかにも俺はラブの象徴であってトップではない
象徴だかなんだか知らないけど、どうやって電話レンジをタイムマシンとして使えるようにするか、その具体的な解放を教えてよ。
Lay it out. Lay it out, man.
解放か。そうだな、一つある。
One thing. I don't know why.
ランダムだと思っているようだが
I haven't even bothered trying to go through time.
どういうこと？
I look at my watch, it's past noon.
発生条件の再現だ、クリスティ。昨日の夜いろいろ検討したはずだぞ。そして俺たちは最も単純で最も決定的な条件を見ようとしていた。
Okay.
すなわち発生時刻の
Time of the occurrence.
過去2回の放電現象が起きた時間を調べてみたんだが、
Alright.
それによれば俺が誰の携帯に送った時に偶然発生した最初の D メールはだいたい12時から13時の間。
Noon and 1 p.m.
そして2回目、俺たち4人全員が目撃した D メールは18時頃に発生している。
Okay, 6 p.m.
つまりその2つの時間帯に実験をすれば、あるいは再現が可能。
Okay, okay.
早速やってみましょう。
Kurisu bolts into the development room, suddenly bursting with enthusiasm.
それにしてもこの助手、ノリノリである。
Alright. Okay, okay.
マユシーのバナナ、ずいぶん減ったね。
Yeah, dangerously low supply bananas. Only one banana remains untouched. We got rid of the jellified bananas, and then we ate the rest. The softened, microwaved bananas.
ごめんね、まゆりさん。後で新しいバナナ買ってくるから。
本当？嬉しいな。オカリンやダル君はね、バナナ勝手に食べてもちっとも買ってきてくれないのです。
Honestly, they ate all of her food. I'll be sure to amend that in the future. A bunch of bananas is a small price to pay in order to bring chaos to the world. Kurisu picks the last banana off the stem, leans under the table, and places it inside the microwave.
まずはゼリーマンになるか試してみる。
She tries to get up and gloriously bangs her head underneath the table.
ドジっ子アピールはよせ。
しとらんわ。
Kurisu gets up, blushing in embarrassment with tears in her eyes.
このレンジの配置なんとかしろ。危ないしめんどくさい。
床に穴が開いてしまうから無理。
Yeah.
クリスちゃん、クリスちゃん。痛いの飛んでけ。
Aww. Mayuri pats the back of Kurisu's head, then sweeps her hand through the air.
サンクス、まゆりさん。
A magical girl healing procedure. Kurisu pulls herself together, types on her phone, and activates the phone wave, name subject to change. The banana inside the microwave slowly begins to spin backwards as the timer counts down. Kurisu, who is peering into the microwave, suddenly shouts in surprise. The banana has vanished. The banana has banished. At the exact same moment, the banana reappears on its stem, jellified.
おお。
ゲルバナになったね。
We're back to jelly banana. Back to gel banana.
やはり俺の予想通り、発生条件は時間帯だったな。
I was a little anxious about the result, but it all worked out. I outwitted the impertinent, genius girl. Now my position as a symbol of the lab is secure. Or the symbol of the lab.
やるわね、岡部。あまりに単純すぎて 気づけなかった。
Oh, he's gonna rub it in all fucking day. Kurusu says with a slightly sulky expression.
悔しいのか？それでも俺にサンジの言葉を送る姿勢は強化してやろう。
Yeah, there he goes, man. There he goes.
それより D メールが再現できるかについても確認しないと。
Kurusu ignores my proud laughter and excitedly starts typing out a mail.
この法音隠居魔の威厳がクリスティーナのせいで。
Yeah, you have been usurped. You have been royally removed.
もともと威厳はないと思う。
Yeah.
いいからそこの男子2人手伝って。岡部、あんたの携帯にメール送るから。
When did I become her assistant? I grind my teeth in frustration, but I do as I'm told and insert my phone into the phone wave, name subject to change as slot.
ねえねえクリスちゃん、なんて送るの？
Mayuri presses up against Kurisu and sneaks a peek at Kurisu's phone.
別に意味のある文章である必要はない。送れるかどうかを確認できさえすればいいんだから。
Airhead. I feel like she's being a little too nice.
待て、そこの助手、何を打ち込んでいる？
そうね。準備いい？送るわよ。
Daru has already set up the microwave's timer through the X68000. There's nothing inside, but the microwave still operates. The countdown starts from 120. This is where the timing counts. We know that we have to open the microwave door during operation, but we still don't know when to send the mail. For now, we'll do them simultaneously. Kurisu readies her finger on the phone's send button. I grasp the microwave door handle. Mayuri seeks cover.
じゃあカウントするぜ。
The microwave timer soon indicates 70.
3、2、1、0。
Zero. Kurisu presses send, and at nearly the same instant, I open the microwave door. There we go, we're all zappy now. That's our third Kya of the game.
来たぞ。
Yeah, Homeboy here has a very distinctive laugh. Lightning crackles in the air. The cushion underneath the phone wave, named subject to change, collapses under the weight. The floor starts creaking. It's exactly like the discharge phenomenon that occurred before. The discharge lasts for about 10 seconds. After it subsides, we stare at the phone wave, named subject to change, with bated breath. Luckily, it didn't break through the floor.
メール届いた。
I disconnect my phone from the phone wave, named subject to change, and check my mail. Kurisu stands beside me and peers at the screen. Airhead! Okabe is in. There's an email there, 2 of them, and they're written in English. The timestamps are from 5 days ago. Kurisu starts laughing when she sees the mail, even though she's the one who wrote it. Hey, you know, she laughs at her own jokes. People do that sometimes. The Okabe in the first one is obviously my name. But what does airhead in the second one mean? My English is shaky. Is she saying my head can fly or something? Whatever, I may not know what it means, but I do know this. My assistant is making fun of me. But that doesn't matter right now.
クリスティーナ、お前はメールを2通送ったのか？
Yeah, it came through in 2.
1通だけ。
マユシーも見たよ。あのね、本当に1通だった。
Only sent it one time.
しかし2通受信しているぞ。
そうね。一つの文章だったのに分割されてる。
ちなみにこの文章の意味は？
自分で調べれば。
I guess she doesn't want to answer.
そういえばさ、この前の D メールも文章は途中で切れてたよな。
Oh, wait, shit.
そうだった。
Mid-sentence. Wait, outbox. We sent it to Daru, right? Huh. Okaru's a P. Irv.
確かにこちらも2つに分割されている。
何が原因なのかしら。
ゼリーマンと関係があるかもしれない。
でもマユシーはね、どうして5日前に届いたかの方が気になります。
確かに前に送った時も5日前に届いてたわよね。
ああ、そうだった。
Alright.
なんか法則性でもあるんじゃね？
じゃあさ、もっとじゃんじゃん送ってみようよ。
Sending more D-mails. Mayuri's right. Now that we've figured out how to send D-mails, we should keep experimenting and collect as much data as we can.
よし、ラボメンよ、全員配置につけい。
また始まった。
これより D メール実験を可能な限り連続で行う。ダルはペケロッパにて電話レンジカッコ仮の監視、調整、情報収集。
Okay.
助手はメールを打ち続けろ。さまざまなパターンの文章を試せ。日本語、英語、全角半角、絵文字。内容は問わん。
Okay. I'm sure Shining Finger would be better for the job, but since she's not a lab mem, I'll leave it to Kurisu.
マユシーは？
マユリには買い出しを命じる。とりあえずバナナを買ってきてくれ。金はこの法院京馬が出す。
Okay.
オカリン太っ腹だね。
じゃあ岡部はレンジのドアの開け閉めね。
Yeah, something like that.
刺身にタンポポの花を乗せる仕事並みの単純作業じゃね？
いや、上司の判断は的確だ。おそらく D メール製品の鍵はレンジのドアを開けるタイミングにかかっている。
Uh-huh.
あ、いや冗談で言ったんだけど。
レンジのドアの開け閉め、この法院京馬に任せるがいい。神のごとき正確さと修羅のごとき大胆さ、そして女性。
Oh, you have a way with words, man.
オカリンエッチ。
なお、本作戦はトップシークレットである。
Hmm.
誰にも漏らしてはならない。
Yeah, that'd be a shame if we let it get out. Mayuri nods, the others are ignoring me.
では、作戦名を発表する。
Okay, okay.
作戦名とかいらないから始めましょう。
Yeah, no special name.
なん
Yeah, you have been usurped again. You ruined my climactic scene. Damn you, assistant, this is an outrage. Okay, let me take one more little breather here. Let me drop a shave, take one more little breather here, refill my glass one more time. We'll see we'll see how much further we can get into chapter 3. Let me bring the dancing boys back out to keep you company. Okay, let's see what else we can do. Let's see what we can do here. Play. And alright. Alright. You can go back up. Alright, outstanding. Okay, afterwards, the D-mail experiment, its name Operation Erd. Like, that's another Norse mythology reference. Eldest of the three Norns, goddesses of fate in Norse mythology, the three sisters, which has Rus and Erd's fountain. Erd is the Norn of the past, also the name they used for the oldest goddess sister in, Oh My Goddess, Ah My Goddess. That's the one with Belle Dandy. That's the one with... Hold on. Come on, where is she? Where is she? Where the frig is Belle Dandy? I see her. There she is. No, I don't want to report. I want to be able to use it. Hold on. Why isn't it showing up for me here? It's so weird. Oh, Iron Sheik shows up. Macho Man shows up. Mike Patton, Axl Rose, Bret Hart. They all show up. Okay, actually, I had to type her in. There's your Belle Dandy. Okay, Operation Earth, though I lost my chance to announce it, continues for 2 hours. During that time, every D-mail goes back in time without a hitch. Now it's time to take a break. We're all hungry, and except for Mayuri, we've all been up since last night. She's been going at it for hours, and she's still full of energy. It's hard to believe she was so opposed to time travel research before. Her scientist's blood must be on fire. We've made a number of discoveries, but we can wait to assess them until after we eat. Daru and I leave the two girls to watch over the lab as we go shopping at the convenience store. We return from the convenience store to find the Brawn Tube Workshop's one and only part-time warrior standing in front of the building. She's stretching. Sup? Sup, bro? She notices me and calls out without stopping her exercises. Shenanigans? This girl has a thing for unusual words.
聞いて驚く。俺たちは人類史にその名を残すであろうタイムマシンを作っているのだ。
I can see her little ahoge and or cowlick kind of in the center of her head there.
お前、もっと驚いたらどうなのだ。
ま、信じられんのは当然じゃね。僕も最初は半信半疑だったし。つうかそう簡単に秘密ばらしちゃっていいのオカリン。機密事項じゃなかった？
始まった。そこのバイト選手よ。今俺が話したことは大密に頼む。
Keep it confidential.
いいけど、そうじゃなくてさ。
Part-time warrior glances at the Brawn Tube Workshop.
店長がすっごくイライラしてるわけ。
Oh, what is it now?
2階からの振動がすごくってさ。埃が落ちてくるだけじゃなくて実際に揺れるんだよね。爆撃されたみたいに。あいつら一体何してんだ。家賃あげてやるぞこらってぼやいてた。謝りに行った方がいい。
Yeah, we don't need to pay any more rent.
ゲゲゲ、追い出されたらまずくね。
That would be inconvenient.
ここは俺に任せろ。それと誰よ。助手にしばらく実験を止めるように伝えてくれ。あんた今最高に輝いてるよ。
I don't think he's gonna get killed in this encounter. Daru salutes and then races up to the second floor.
そういやマキセクリスって来てんの？
おう。
Come to think of it, she did pick a fight with Christina yesterday.
知り合いなのか？
昨日が初見。
初見？
Yeah, that's a weird way to phrase it. That's a strange way of putting it, I know.
あ、なるほど。初めて会ったにしては、やたら敵意をむき出しにしていなかったか？
支援だよ。
Really now? What? I barely heard her. Her voice was so low. I'm about to ask her to repeat herself, but Suzuha is staring at the ground in silence. She obviously doesn't want to talk about this. Did she call Kurisu her enemy? But that doesn't make sense.
お、個人的な恨みがあるということか。しかし、初めて会ったのに？
I'm not sure how forthcoming she's going to be with this.
まあね。
何かあったのか？
直接はないかな。
間接的というとどういうつながりだ？なんなら俺がクリスティーナに話をつけてもいい？
別にいいって。
もしかして単なる逆恨みだったりするのか？
もうしつこい。
She hits me with a glare.
岡部倫太郎さ、私のことより店長に謝りに行かなくていいの？
Actually, I'm getting cold feet. But I am Hyoin Kyoma, the mad scientist who brings chaos to the world. I can't falter now. I steel myself and enter the Brawn Tube workshop. Part-time warrior follows me inside.
失礼する。
Mr. Braun is sitting at the counter inside, slurping delivery ramen. Even when I enter, he doesn't look away from the huge 42-inch CRT. It's showing some news shows report on some celebrity divorce. Part-time warrior doesn't say anything, she's just going to stand there and watch him rip me a new one.
おい、岡部。おめえ一体上で何やってんだ？
Straight to the punch. He doesn't take his eyes off the TV, nor does he stop slurping his ramen. Yet, despite his sedentary posture, he exudes extraordinary pressure. Extraordinary aura, as the kids would say. But now was not the time to falter.
実は世紀の実験中でしてね。すなわち
I don't know if opening with that is the greatest thing to do.
おめえらのお遊びのことはどうでもいいんだよ。このビルのオーナーは俺。分かってんのか？結構ボロいビルだからよ。おめえらがガタガタ揺らすと壁にひびでもできるんじゃねえかと俺は気が気じゃねえ
Yeah,
わけ。
that would be unfortunate. Better keep quiet about the dent in the floor.
ミスター・ブラウン。まさかこのビル、耐震偽装物件ではなかろうな。
だったらどうなんだよ。
Holy crap. But maybe we should seek shelter soon.
ちゃんと補強工事はした。だがな、いくらなんでもおめえらは揺らしすぎだ。
このビルの一つや二つ崩壊したからなんだというのです。
あ？
我らが行っている実験は何度も言うが人類の科学史、いや人類の歴史そのものを塗り替えるような壮大な内容なのです。このビルをあと10年延命させるよりよほど意義のあるものだ。
This probably being a massive chuny probably wouldn't work out too well for you in real life in this circumstance. The building starts shaking again as soon as I finish speaking. Flakes of concrete start falling from the ceiling. The 42-inch CRT's image goes to static. Damn it, Daru, what are you doing? I thought you told you to stop the experiments.
こら、岡部。
He's glaring at me.
なんか落ちてきたぞ。ラーメンに入ったろうがどうしてくれるんだ。とにかくこれ以上揺らすんじゃねえ。でないと家賃を1万あげる。
Oh, 10 whole thousand, a whole 10,000. That won't do it all. What if you raise it to 10,000 yen? We're ruined.
任せるがいいミスターブラウン。我が名誉にかけて今日はもう許さないと誓おう。
Whole lot of shaking going on. With that, I race out of the Brawn Tube workshop.
クリスティーナ、今すぐ実験は中止だ。
When I burst into the lab, I find the three of them in the middle of lunch. Mayuri has juicy chicken number 1, Daru has a convenience store boxed lunch, Kurisu's eating cup noodles with a fork.
ごめんねおかり。
Fake Japanese.
まゆしりが唐揚げを温めようとしたんだけどね。ついいつもの癖で逆回転させちゃって。
Aww.
ついでだから放電させてみたの。
そうか。
あんたにメール届いてるはずだけど、見てないの？
Your sarcasm is not appreciated, Christina. You know as well as I do that my phone is still attached to the phone wave named subject to change? Oh, that's why I can't pull it up right now. I disconnect my phone from the phone wave named subject to change while grinding my teeth. Okay, there we go. There we go. One more, please.
ふざけるな。ミスターブラウンに睨まれるのは俺なのだぞ。
5日も前に忠告したのに。
Well, yeah, the timestamp is from 5 days ago, but...
店長、怒ってた？
殺意の波動を感じた。
Daru turns pale, but the two girls don't seem to care. They know not the wrath of Mr. Braun. Ignorance is bliss.
とにかく今日はこれ以上の実験は中止だ。
Okay, who's hitting me up? Alright, Luca. Kyoma-san, are you familiar with Garo froggies? They were a huge fad last year. We have tons of them at the shrine. Could you take a few off our hands? Dad brought a whole box home for some reason. And he said that they were for me. I don't know what to do with them. P.S. I was so bewildered I couldn't do any practice swings with Samidare. Froggies. Those weird-looking frog things that were popular with teenage girls in Shibuya last year, right? If I'm not mistaken, they came out with a wide variety of them. Alright. Then Kurisu hides her mouth with her hand as she yawns.
さすがに眠くて辛くなってきたし、髪もパサパサだし、シャワーを浴びてゆっくり眠りたい。
Here she's going back to her hotel. I sigh and take a boxed lunch out of the convenience store bag. It's cold, so I toss it in the phone wave, name subject to change, and set the timer normally.
シャワーならここにもあるよ。バスタブはないんだけどね。シャワー室っていうのかな。オカリンはいつもそこを使ってるよね。
Uh-oh, what are they setting us up for?
お世辞にも綺麗なシャワー室とは言えん。
Yeah.
このビル自体がボロいからな。
Not the best place to take a shower. Valid.
気持ちはわかる。
No, at one time I was visiting an uncle of mine with his then wife. Visited his place for a bit. And, I refused to shower there because the floor of the shower looked kinda gross to me. And then this became sort of a long-running joke between him and my folks. A whole bunch of... Given the sweltering heat and the fact that we kept the windows closed all night, I bet this place is smelling pretty rank by now. Bunch of smelly goddamn scientists. Kurisu slurps her cup noodles indignantly. I brought them at her request. She was raised in America, yet she likes cup noodles. Strange. Hey man, plenty of poor people eat those. Plenty of everybody eats those noodles now. Just live off of ramen, just live off of ramen. And then wonder why everybody's blood pressure is through the fucking roof.
高級ホテルでセレブ気分のバスタイムか。俺も連れて行ってほしいものだ。
お断りします。
ゆしも行ってみたいな。
まゆりさんなら歓迎する。
Oh, Mayuri's always welcome at the fancy shower, the fancy hotel shower.
ありがと
Yeah. I take my warm food out of the microwave, take a fresh bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge, and join in on lunch.
う。ねえねえオカリン、前から不思議だったんだけどね、ご飯食べながらどうして炭酸ジュース飲めるの？
He's a sugar addict.
特に疑問を持った覚えはないぞ。
僕も。
そうね、私も不思議には思わない。
まゆりがおかしいんだろう。食事と炭酸飲料の組み合わせなど普通だ。
Maybe she doesn't have a lot of sugar.
普通だよな、上皇。
異論はない。
Not a big soda drinker.
そんな、みんながおかしいんだよ。
Well, I'm a pure Docpurian. Let's see, what do they mean by that? Someone who loves Dr. P among all of her beverages coined by Okarin. Well, I'm a pure Docparian. Daru loves cola like a typical fat otaku, and Kurisu lives in America, home of soda. So I admit our opinion is biased. But that doesn't matter right now.
さて、オペレーションウルドの実験成果についてこの場で検討してみようか。
オペレーションウルドって。
Let me check a thing. La 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 la. Okay. Okay, I'm still getting bars.
そういえば昨日はどこぞの助手のせいで作戦面を披露できなかったのだったな。昨日夜から今日にかけて行われた D メールの連続送信実験。それがオペレーションウルドで
Cut him off.
実験の成果はあった。
Alright. She interrupts me
メー
again.
ルについて少なくとも何ができるのかは分かったから。
Kurisu places her empty noodle cup on the table, then retrieves the whiteboard from the development room. While the rest of us eat, she scribbles on the whiteboard, then puts it up against the wall.
とまあこんな感じ。補足や反論は？
Nothing especially, she summarized the vital parts. Mayuri has her mouth half open in a blank stare. She clearly doesn't understand.
D メールでは最大で英文36文字か。日本語文18文字しか送れないというのは不便だな。改善したいところだ。
Furthermore, each D-mail is split into 12 character segments. If you send 36 characters, you'll get 3 12-character emails. If you try to send more, everything after the 36th character disappears.
でも、いつへ送るかの調節ができるのを発見したのはすごくね。
Though we can only set it in 1-hour increments, we can control how far back D-mails go by using the microwave's timer.
発見しただけで満足してたら無意味。原理を突き止めないと。ここに書いたのは現象として確認できたものでしかない。
Yeah, okay.
原理の究明か。確かにそれが分からなければ真にタイムマシンを作ったことにもなる。
Right. The actual guts of the thing.
6文字 ×3 しか送れないのは何が原因だ？
Daru and Kurisu remain silent.
ねえねえ。
Okay. Suddenly, Mayuri, who has been staring at the ceiling in confusion until now, raises her hand.
あのね、唐揚げやバナナはゲル揚げとかゲルバナになっちゃって、でもお塩はゲル塩にはならなかったんだよね。
だから略すなよ。
Yes, lots of gel. According to Mayuri, the refrozen chicken had indeed been jellified when she tried eating it. Kurisu's prediction was right.
で、D メールは18文字まではちゃんと送れて、19文字以上は消えちゃうんだよね。きっとね、おっきなものとかたくさんは送れないんじゃないかな。あ、もしかして、そのカーブブラックホールが。
Curb black hole.
カー ーブラックホールね。
She got close enough, it's fine.
カーブブラックホールが
だからカーブラックホール
Semantics,
ブラ
really.
ックホールの穴が
Potato, potato.
いいんだよ。
The black hole's hole is too tight. Daru. Daru, not a fucking word out of you, Daru. Daru, not a fucking word.
マユシ、今の言葉もう一度よろ
God damn it, man.
から
穴がきっついの。
これはけしからん。
If you want to open the hole. Boom, 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 boom. Just to put your head down and go. Boom, 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 boom. Step aside the pace of the circumstance. Watch your boom, 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 and gotta have a taste of evidence. Watch your boom, 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 boom. You won't feel me. Okay.
言わせているんじゃないや、ホダル。
Mayuri has flowers for brains, so she's pretty easy prey for Daru's perversions. It drives me crazy.
穴がきついか。あながち間違ってないかも。おそらくセレンのタイムマシンと同じ原因ね。リフターの調整がうまくできてないか
Okay,
ら、
can't control the
完全には
lifter.
得意点を裸にできず、
Okay, so
そ
there's
の
limits
せい
to
で
what
送れ
they
る
can
容
do.
量が限定され
Alright.
る。
唐揚げやバナナはともかく全角6文字半角12文字のデータっつうと容量は12バイトだね。
English characters are half width, so they only use 1 byte, but full width Japanese characters use 2.
バイト？キロバイトじゃなくて？
おーっとマキセ氏はメカに弱いタイプと見た。
そうなのか、ジョッシ
うるさいな。バイトなんて単位は最近見ないから確認しただけよ。
Okay, sure. By the way, 1 kilobyte is 1024 bytes. 1 byte is 8 bits.
まあ電子メールは本文テキストだけじゃないけどさ、送信先と送信元のメルアドとかヘッダとかもろもろ込みだともっと増えるけど、目安として12バイト分の文字数なら3回分は転送できるってことじゃね。あ、ちなみに件名は入れると入れないとでどう変わるかわかんねえ。
Hmm.
確かに唐揚げやバナナをデジタルデータに換算したとこ
Do,
ろで
do, do.
12バイト程度のサイズになるとは思えんな。
How do you measure a banana in bytes anyway?
塩は一つ一つが小さいから12バイト以下と換算された可能性がある。
Yeah.
質量が大きいと超重力に押しつぶされるっていうこと？
Mm-hmm.
質量ではないかもしれん。データには重さはない。
いずれにせよ、得意点を裸にできていない
Alright,
時点で
alright.
イベントホライゾンを通過せざるを得なくなる。そのイベントホライゾン内では空間と時間の入れ替わりの影響でリング上得意点に到達した被験者は超高速に達しているから、超重力により押しつぶされて破壊されたデータがブラックホールから吐き出されてしまう。
ゼリーマンの出来上がりだ。
Yeah.
でも質量が小さければ通り抜けられるとも思えない。どっちにしろ超重力の中を抜けないといけないのよ。
穴がきついのならば注入する電子を増やせばいい。
そんな簡単な問題とは思えない。
Hmm.
セルンだってその方法は試したはず。
Okay, so yeah, so they're still
実
struggling
験
with
開始から
that.
9年経っても解決できていない。単純に電子の量を増やせばいいってわけでもないのよ。
そうか。
Yeah, my head's hurting a bit
そ
too.
もそもセルンではリフターがあるけど、電話レンジの場合そのリフターに代替するものが何なのかすら分かってない。これじゃ調整以前の問題。
She has a point.
リフターに変わるものが何なのか、それは不明だが少なくともその代替物の効果によりリング得意点に36バイトプラスアルファまでは通り抜け可能な道が作られているのは確かだ。
I know. Mayuri, finished with her chicken, looks at us in confusion.
リング上得意点の入り口である内側のイベントホライゾンを魔王城の門に例えればいい。
魔王城?
Oh, that's something that's rather specific. Hundreds of soldiers attack the heavily fortified Demon Lord's castle gate. The soldiers can use the magic called Lifter to force the castle gate open, but they can only keep it open for a moment before it closes. During that moment, only 12 soldiers can break through. The soldiers can only use Lifter magic 3 times. The 36 soldiers who make it through the gate return triumphantly as the heroes who slew the Demon Lord. But the soldiers who were left behind are imprisoned by the Demon Lord's minions. They are taken to the castle's prison cells and turned into slimes. The heroes save them after defeating the Demon Lord, but unfortunately they go home as slimes. I mean, that works.
スライムになって帰ってきた騎士さんたちがゼリーマンなんだね。
だが例外もある。
An exception. Okay. The soldiers can combine into a super soldier with the strength and size of 100 ordinary soldiers. The super soldier has the power to defeat the Demon Lord alone, but since his body is too big, he can't pass through the gate, even when it's opened by Lifter. And so, deprived of his magic's effectiveness, the weakened super soldier is seized by the Demon Lord's underlings and sent home in defeat as a giant slime.
なんだその無茶な設定。
図体が大きすぎてはダメだという例えだ。
なるほど。すごくわかりやすかったよ。
そう？
オカリンの例えはともかく、これでゼリーマンの件は解明できたんじゃね？
すべてマユリのヒントのおかげだな。
マユシーは役に立ったかな。
Yeah, again, Mayuri's way more observant of this kind of stuff than you would initially think.
ああ、いいひらめきだったぞ、マユリ。
よかった。
Free banana for you.
でもまだ仮説よ。それが証明されたわけじゃない。
And she needs, and then of course Kurisu needs to hear it in sciencey talk.
証明ってどうやんの？セルンと同じように人体実験するん？
Let's put a human in the
田
microwave.
辺と橋田さんが被験者として志願してくれるなら喜んで実験してあげるけど。
Yeah, okay, she had the same idea.
人体実験ってなんか響きがやばいよね。性的な意味で。
Of course, that's where your mind went.
だが断る。僕はされる方よりせっかくだからする方を選びたい。
You'd rather be the doctor than the patient.
右に同じ。いや、性的な意味でという部分はどうしても。
I'm seeing some holes in these couch cushions. I guess they are pretty old.
バカども。
The couch I'm sitting on right now used to belong to my grandparents. They haven't been around in actually next year they both would have been gone for like a full decade. Yeah, like July, August of next year. And this is what we managed to scrounge from them. Kurisu gives us a cold stare and shrugs her shoulders in exasperation.
何度も言うけど、問題はあの電話レンジのどこにリフターに代替する機能があるのかっていうこと。
それともう一つ。なぜ時間帯によって放電現象やゼリーマン化が起きたり起きなかったりするのかだ。
Only during a specific time of
わからない
day.
ことはあるけど、D メールのやり方についてはもう完璧ってことで、ファイナルアンサー？
Final answer. In this context, abbreviated as FA in Japan, used in the question "Is that your final answer?" Internet slang originates from a popular quiz show with contestants who want to be millionaires. I remember it well.
過去にメールを送れるってすごいことだよね。
人が直接過去へ飛べるわけじゃないからタイムマシンって感じはしないけどな。
Yeah.
それをやろうとしてセルンほどの研究機関が失敗し続けている。タイターの予言によると完成まであと24年かかるんだっけ？
I answer Kurisu's sarcastic question with a nod.
確かに今の俺たちでは物理的なタイムマシンは無理かもしれんな。セルンに比べて
Yeah, we're hurting for cash here.
しかし俺たちはそれでもタイムトラベルを実現させた。 データを過去へと送ったのだ。
Yeah, time travel with an
こ
asterisk.
の電話レンジはもっとちゃんと検証するべきね。何が起きてるのか。
Alright.
D メールをもっといろいろ面白いことに使いたいよな。
気持ちはわかるが今日は無理だ。もしまたビルを揺らしたらミスター・ブラウンから最後通告を出されるだろう。
Yeah. You'll raise the rent or kick us out of the lab.
詳細な検証は明日以降に行う。だがこれだけは宣言させてくれ。
But I do declare. I step onto the couch and look each lab mem in turn.
靴脱がなきゃ汚れちゃうよ。
本日今日って何日？
It's Monday.
8月2日。
2010年8月2日は人類史にとって
Oh, a date which will live in infamy. Oh, how did I predict that? You're too easy to read.
なぜなら今日この日我ら未来ガジェット研究所は人類史上初のタイムマシン開発に成功したからである。
人類史上初じゃなくね？セルに先越されてたし。
そもそも開発したとは言えない。偶然使えるようになっただけ。
Well, you know, accidents are good sometimes.
助手はセレンディピティという言葉を知らないらしいな。ペニシリンに X 線にダイナマイト。その他多くの偉大な発明は偶然から生まれたのだぞ。
Okay. Okay, dynamite, a nitroglycerin-based explosive invented by Alfred Nobel in 1866. And he mentioned penicillin, right? The world's first antibiotic discovered in 1929. What was the last one, he said? X-ray. What do they write down for that? A type of electromagnetic wave discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen. I hope I'm saying that right. In 1859, famous for its applications in medicine.
それはそうだけど。
でもクリスチャンってタイムマシンなんてないやーいってこの前は言ってたよ。
今のところは認めざるを得ないってだけ。原理を究明していけば、もしかしたらタイムマシンとは似ても似つかないまがいものかもしれない。
Only seems like time travel.
俺の堂々たる宣言に敬意すら払わんとは。
No.
人類史上初の、いや、史上2番目かもしれないが、タイムマシン開発の栄誉。この俺が独り占めしても後で文句を言わないことだな。今日の第66回円卓会議は以上だ。
Oh, they've had 66 of these. I guess the other 65 were mostly Rentaru, Mayuri, Daru.
今のって円卓会議だったん？知らんかった。しかも66回って。
Yeah, the memo didn't get around.
円卓だろうがなんだろうが、どうでもいいわ。
Kurisu gets up from her chair and stretches.
帰ってシャワー浴びて寝る。
マヨシーはもうすぐバイトなのです。
I'm incredibly tired too. Let's just sleep today. But when I lie down, I find myself unable to sleep. Though part of me is still frightened by the dark secrets we've uncovered, the curiosity and excitement are too much to bear. We've built a machine that can send emails to the past. It's like a dream, but it's real, and it's ours. As I start thinking of ways to use it, my imagination spreads out to infinity, driving the last vestiges of fear from my mind. I'm standing in absolute darkness. How long have I been here? I can't remember. I can't move. I can't feel. I can't see. The world is empty.
何もないんじゃない。
A voice resounds in the blackness, as if whispering in my ear, as if screaming from far away, as if dozens of people around me are speaking at once. Where am I?
ここは イベントホライゾンを超えた場所。時間と空間の役割が入れ替わった場所。
Suddenly the darkness is dispelled. I am the cosmos, we are the cosmos. An ocean of stars fills the heavens. The sight is breathtakingly beautiful. However, one point in space lacks stars. I notice that point. I stare at that point. My body starts to fall. I'm falling through the sea of stars. No, not falling. I'm being pulled into a rift of utter darkness from which not even light can escape. In an instant, my consciousness has exceeded the speed of light. Stars flash past and vanish from sight. Light itself is but dust in my wake. Logic screams that this cannot be. Nothing can move faster than light. That would contradict the theory of relativity.
あんたは移動なんてしていない。
That voice again. It comes from behind, overtaking my faster-than-light consciousness, and at the same time it seems to lie in wait at my destination. Why do I hear Christina's voice?
あんたは移動なんてしていない。
Those same words.
言ったはず。ここでは空間と時間の役割は入れ替わっている。
Remember who you are, remember what they took from you.
あんたは空間を移動することはできない。あんたの時間が延々と引き伸ばされているのよ。
I accelerate. I can hardly breathe. Feels like something is crushing my body.
あんたの1秒は私には永遠となる。遠くから観測している私にはあんたは停止しているようにしか見えない。
I fall. I'm pulled to the depths of the dark, or perhaps to the end of the universe. But even beyond the speed of light, I'll never reach it. Am I looping? No, that's not it. Is the end running away from me? That's not it either. Stretching. What is stretching? Space? Me?
振り返ってはいけない。永遠は無限ではない。
Eternity is not interesting.
永遠へ向かって時間が引き伸ばされ続けようとも、終わりは存在する。
Something approaches. It approaches slowly, a stark contrast to the stars flashing past. Is it really approaching? It looks like it's standing still. Its slowness gives that illusion. I don't know what it is, but it is something.
イベントホライゾン。
I try to reach towards it, but my hand won't move.
振り返ってはいけない。そこには1秒が永遠へと引き伸ばされたあんたが連なっているから。
I am slowing to a stop. But still, I keep falling. The end never comes. How do I say that? An asymptotic approach to zero. When will this second pass?
時間と空間の役割は入れ替わっている。
A second stretched out to infinity. 1 second becomes 0.1 seconds. 0.1 seconds become 0.01 seconds. 0.01 seconds become 0.001 seconds. 0.0001 seconds. 0.00001 seconds. .0.00001 seconds. 0.0000001 seconds. 0.0000001 seconds. 0.000000001 seconds. When will I arrive? Gradually, time shortens. Gradually, my perception of time lengthens.
前を向いてたどり着いて
No matter how close I get, I can never reach.
魔王の縄文へ
Hey, you're stealing my ideas. Suddenly, her words take on an amused tone. The Demon Lord's Gate.
あんたは鍵を持っていないだから縄文をこじ開けられず
I try to shout, but my mouth won't move. I mustn't look back.
魔王の手下に捕らえられる
Pictures from the Jellyman's report flicker through my brain. My body.
振り返ってはいけない
I want to look back. I want to go back. I can't look back. I can't go back. I face towards the thing. I face the future of becoming a Jellyman, while frozen for eternity. Static. Our phone's going off. Roused by a melody, I slowly open my eyes. Instead of an ocean of stars, I see the lab's familiar ceiling. Ugh, what a bad dream. It's bright out. What time is it? My phone is ringing. Oh god, more fucking shining finger. I came like you said, Okabe-kun. You promised to show me the IBN 5100, remember? Are you there? Ugh, your windows are open and the lights are open. Lights are on. If you're there, could you open the front door? I'm out front, Moeka. That male demon again? I thought I told her to stop with the spam. I check the clock. It's 9 a.m. What's the rest of it say? Are you asleep, ignoring me, maybe? I'm climbing the stairs now, Moeka. Please reply. Are you pretending to be out? I'm coming to the door. Was going to knock, but the hallway's dark and scary. I'm afraid something will jump out if I make any noise. Did you go out? Where are you? Are you still in Akihabara? Oh, she's fucking persistent. I check the clock. It's 9 a.m. I slept for over 15 hours. Much deserved, man. No wonder I feel so lethargic. I stifle a yawn as I unlock the door. Oh, she actually did show up. When I open the door, I see Shining Finger, Kiryu Moeka, standing there, looking down at her phone.
寝ていたのだ
Her expression doesn't change, but she bows her head slightly. I guess that's her way of saying sorry. I guess I can't just leave her standing there. I reluctantly invite her in, then shut the door and collapse back into the sofa. I'm still half asleep. I went to the trouble of inviting her in, but Moeka just stands in the corner of the room.
一緒に
Yeah. I don't know, are you gonna ask if you can get her anything?
なに少しばかり宇宙を漂う粒子の気分を味わっていた
Oh, that's a great line to open with. That was one hell of a nightmare. Maybe I'm more shocked by the truth of CERN's experiments than I thought I was. At any rate, I'm still drowsy. My vision's a little blurry, too. I feel like yawning again. I failed to stifle it this time.
それで本当に IBN5100 を見に来たのか
Moeka nods. Then she starts entering something on her phone. We're face to face. Why is she sending me the mail? You said I could come look, remember? True, I did say that. But if you're going to visit someone, don't you usually let them know beforehand? Ah, I didn't mean to disturb you, but I need to see the IBN 5100. Sure. That would be the least bad thing to happen. Like back when we first met and she took a picture of my face without permission. Since I am the infamous mad scientist Hyoin Kyoma, I am quite the delicious topic. You're blowing smoke up your own ass. In my dealings with dark powers, I've learned secrets that could topple governments. People would love to get their hands on my knowledge. Of course, that's why I'm being chased by the organization. And that's why I refuse all interviews and photo ops. And now comes this woman aiming to get me while I'm still half asleep. A dirty trick, but effective. But Moeka doesn't react to my sharp accusation. Am I wrong about her? Oh, now she's talking. Too bad I don't understand what she means. I don't miss the way Moeka quickly scans the room. Alright.
しかし見せるだけだ。そして見たら帰るのだ。それでいいか。
I won't sell or lend it to her, no matter what. That machine is critical to our hacking operation against CERN, the enemy. Moeka bites her lip, but she soon nods faintly. I open the curtains to the development room. Off to the side is the cardboard box with the IBN 5100 inside.
その段ボールだ。中に入ってる。
I point to it by jerking my chin. Moeka slowly walks up to the cardboard box, takes a breath, and peeks inside. Her eyes instantly light up and she stares at the machine in fascination. Maybe she's not only a male demon, but also a retro PC maniac? Or maybe she's even a pervert with a retro PC fetish. No way, I don't want to live in the same world as perverts of that level. After staring at the IBN 5100, she's got kind of a reddish, purpley sort of phone. That's what I guess that color is. How does it compare to mine? I mean, mine's maybe closer to actual red, hers is closer to, like, purple. Like a reddish violet. Let's put it that way. After staring at the IBN 5100 for a few moments, Moeka starts cheerfully typing out a mail. What an annoying woman. I want to take a picture. Unless I place strict restrictions on photography, she might snap my picture when I'm not paying attention. I'm being chased by the organization, so I can't expose my face to the media. Moeka stops moving once I give her my instructions.
使おうとしているカメラを奥の棚に置くだけでいい。それを見せてもらう。いいか。それ以外の妙な真似はするな。
No funny business, no monkey business, lady. Moeka silently places her phone on the shelf. But she doesn't let go, she keeps her hand on it.
まさか、それか？その携帯の内蔵カメラで撮ると。
Moeka nods, still expressionless. I thought she was doing a magazine article, but if she's using her phone, something tells me she's not very good at her job. I don't know, like nowadays... Yeah, the personal phone, the personal smartphone has more or less replaced stuff like digital cameras. I guess those are reserved for, like, you know, specialists, specialty purposes. Maybe she's so nervous about interviewing me that she forgot her camera. At any rate, I'm starting to feel sorry for her.
OK だ。自由に撮ってもらって構わん。ただし、この俺の顔以外だ。もしも撮ったら、俺はお前の口を封じるしかなく。
撮るつもりないから。岡部君の。
Doesn't want my face. Yep, turn down again. Moeka starts shooting the IBN 5100. She doesn't even glance at the great Hyoin Kyoma. She may act like she doesn't care, but I can tell she's waiting for me to lower my guard. She can't deceive these eyes of mine. A picture of me is worth millions to the right people. Given her stalker-like behavior, it seems safe to assume that I am the true focus of her interest. But I won't be exposed so easily. Yeah, man, keep telling yourself that. I feel sorry for her, but I can't let the organization find me. I've been on the run for so long that caution has become habit. Leave no trace of where you've been. Well, she's taking pictures of all sorts of traces of where you've been. Stay vigilant around the clock, which you are decidedly not doing right now. That's how you stay alive. I keep my guard up, ready to respond with lethal force should she attempt to take my picture. The justification... Or not the justification. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? The juxtaposition between his rantings about being super secretive and the sound of her camera going off, just snipping away. I like her glasses. I've always been fond of that particular shape. But 5 minutes later, and she's still focused on the IBN 5100, it's like I'm not even in the room. She dares attack my pride, a fearsome opponent indeed. 30 minutes later, Moeka is still taking pictures. The period between shutter sounds is lengthened, but she's still adjusting her angle for every shot. Her expression is completely serious. Come on, it's a computer, not a supermodel. I watch her work from the lounge as I munch on a breakfast banana. I would have preferred to get something from the convenience store, but I didn't want to leave Moeka alone. I know the IBN 5100 is too heavy for her to carry, but still. There's no telling what this fanatic will do if I let her out of my sight. Suddenly I get another mail. Oh, will you stop it, lady? I direct my answer towards the development room. Yeah. It'd be great if you could help me carry it.
なぜ貸すのが前提になっているのだ。貸さないと言っているだろうが。
本当に。
本当だ。
どうしても。
どうしてもだ。
Once again, she does her thing typing in her phone on high speed. Meanie. Well, deal with it. A one-word email. Outstanding. What a troublesome woman.
いいかよく聞け。幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 はその主人としてこの俺法院京馬を選び契約した。
The rightful master and ruler of the world.
それが厳然たる事実。神ですら歪められぬ決定事項。シュタインズゲートの選択だ。そもそも契約において俺は一時的にこれの力を借りているに過ぎない。使い終われば元の所有者に返すことになる。
Who's the original owner? Tell me. Stop it with the mails already.
教えることはできんな。守秘義務もまた契約の中に含まれているし、IBN5100 を狙う連中から元の所有者を守るためでもある。
I mean, anything could happen. Moeka might seduce Luca's dad, for instance, and get him to lend her the IBN 5100. And then I couldn't complain if Moeka took it away. I must avoid that situation at all costs. Of course, I don't think Moeka can seduce anyone with her personality, and since Luca's dad has a wife and kids, I don't think he'd fall easily either. Tell me where you found it, right? I'm probably just thinking too much. Moeka, meanwhile, is staring at the floor in what I assume is defeat.
俺もそこまで鬼ではない。俺は俺の目的のためにこれと契約した。その目的を果たした後ならば、次はお前が契約できるように元の所有者と交渉してやってもいい。
When I return the IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine, Ragnarok will be over and the fate of the world will have already been decided.
そしてラグナロックが勝利に終わろうと敗北に終わろうと、この法王院京馬の人生はその頃にはもう
Will be what?
いや今の
Will be what?
そんな先のことなど今は考えている場合ではないからな。そうさ。
それより場所。
Jeez, I had some good angst going there. She's just oblivious to the mood.
IBN5100 は柳林神社にあった。
Just then, I hear the sound of the door opening. Moika twitches. I look into the lounge and see Daru wiping the sweat off his brow with a towel as he comes in. Hey, Daru, you deal with her. Please. Guten Morgen, German for good morning.
ずいぶん早いな。
Ever since university went into summer break, Daru has been coming into the lab in the morning less and less. Then again, he's also been staying up all night before more and more. Let's see, okay.
昨日夕方から寝始めたからさ。朝5時に目覚めたぞなもし。
Oh, 5 a.m. That's early.
ああ、暑い。午前中なのにこの暑さとかありえなさすぎだろ上皇。
It depends on where you are.
おかわり、そちらのエロ、セクシーな三次元女性はどなたでありますか？
Sexy 3D woman. That's all he sees them as.
ああ、紹介しよう。
Yeah, you can get along well. You both wear glasses. You're both weirdos.
シャイニングフィンガーだと？俺のこの手が光ってうなる？
うならない。だが能力者だ。
Yeah, Rentaro won't stick it in your butt. He won't do you in the butt. But maybe her magical phone finger can do something for your butt. I don't know. Have it out with her. Okay.
能力とかねえよ。
見ればわかるはずだ。こいつは間違いなく能力者だよ。
まあいいや。よろしく桐生氏。
Even though Daru bowed his head, Moika doesn't do so much as look at him. She's now looking down at her phone, not that she ever really looked away. Daru turns red.
なんという華麗なスルー。デボートだからって見下してやがりますか。くそー。さてはお主、スイーツかっこ笑い。
Mainstream woman. Okay, this term. A derogatory term used by otaku to describe women who subscribe to a way of thinking incomprehensible to men. Such women are supposedly influenced by mainstream culture, as promoted by women's magazines. Some claim that this phrase is used by men to justify their lack of success with women. Yeah, it's got that tenor to it. It's got a lot of that vibe to it. You know what I fucking mean.
萌えかよ。この男こそ俺のマイフェイバリットライトアーム。スーパーハッカーの誰だ？
Moika lowers her chin imperceptibly. Was that supposed to be a bow? Her expression hasn't changed at all. Everything Daru says flows cleanly through one ear and out the other. And she was so eager to meet the super Haka before.
おかり、まさかこの人にヤバいことでもしてたん？
やばいこととはなんだ？俺たちは撮影を
Yabai, I know that word now.
撮影だと？それをネタに脅し、ついには性的なおもちゃに？
Brother! Ugh. Come on, man. Come on. I don't think you have a chance with her, although stranger things will happen in later games.
エロゲノを現実に持ち込むのはやめろ。
させん。
Daru's jokes aren't helping.
あ、そうそう。電話レンジだけどさ、ちょっと改良しようと思うんだよね。
Okay.
改良？どこ？
ほら、今って結構めんどい手順が必要じゃん。D メールを過去に送るのにさ。
Mm-hmm.
おお。
それをもっと簡単にできるようにしたくて。あ、それと電話レンジ専用携帯からの転送も可能にしようかと。
Alright.
転送とは具体的には？
今は D メールの送信先は電話レンジにつなげた携帯だけっしょ。
Mm-hmm. That's right, in yesterday's experiments, my phone was attached to the phone wave named subject to changes socket, so my inbox got flooded with D-mails.
それって結構不便じゃん。
Okay, so, yeah. Try to expand the reach of that phone.
改良にはどれぐらいかかる？
2、3時間じゃね？オカリンも手伝ってくれたらだけど。
Alright.
手伝おう。
OK。
Daru really is reliable. I walk up to him with my hand raised for a high five. But he completely ignores it, sits on the sofa, and begins eating. Wonderful. Yep, you got turned down by your homeboy. Damn it, pay attention, Daru. I slowly lower my hand. Whatever. Once the upgrades are complete, we'll gather the lab mems and begin discussing serious D-mail use. It's time to think about the practical applications of sending mail to the past. Another mail? You said something about sending emails to the past, didn't you? What does that mean? Tell me. Daru, you idiot! How could you make such a basic mistake? Boika, whose eyes have never once left her phone, is now staring straight at me. I need to talk my way out of this somehow. She may be just a part-timer, but she's still a journalist of sorts. If she learns that we've built the world's first time machine, there's no way we'll be able to keep it under wraps. The organization is sure to find out. I can't let that happen.
聞き間違いだ。
Moika shakes her head.
はっきり聞こえた。
Moika's pretty persistent. I know that because of her mail attacks. She won't let me escape so easily. What should I do? In frustration, I put my phone to my ear.
俺だ。
Okay, let's see your tuniness get you out of this situation.
8号機の情報が第三者に漏れた。あ、分かっている。なんとかするさ。場合によっては口封じをしてでも食い止める。ああ。
Oh, okay. We're breaking out the threats. We're breaking out the not so thinly veiled threats.
これがシュタインズゲートの選択だとしたらやりきれないな。案ずるな。
Alright, yeah, we were in full-on, full-blown tuning mode here. Yeah, if he would be proud. I put my phone in my pocket and turned back to Moika.
誰と電話を？
お前には関係ない。
Moika looks down and begins typing another mail. What the hell does that mean? Since she didn't include her usual signature, does that mean she was in a hurry? Her expression didn't change at all, though. Anyway, I disregard the mail's contents and take one step towards Moika. She makes no attempt to escape. I'm standing between her and the door.
選べ。秘密を守ると誓う。あるいは誓う。今すぐに猶予はない。他に選択肢も。我がラボの秘密を知った以上。
You learn too much.
覚悟を決めてもらうぞ。桐生萌香。
殺す。
貴様が事実を公表しようとするならばな。この狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、法院京馬をあまり舐めない方が身のため。
何？オカリンまた始まったん？
Oh yeah, Daru's not fucking buying it. Daru's standing behind me. I turn around in surprise.
桐生氏だっけ？オカリンのこれは一種の病気だから気にしないで OK。
Can't you see what's going on, Super Haka?
バカ者が！お前の
I know what Baka means.
電話レンジカッコ仮のタイムマシンとしての機能がバレてしまったのだぞ。
タイムマシン。
今オカリンもうかつな発言を。
This is awful. Everything that could go wrong has. How do I recover? First, I need to silence Moe. Oh, it's getting even more complicated.
オカリン、タイムマシン実験する前にマユシーに
I dropped to my knees in utter despair. We're finished. It's impossible to talk our way out of this one.
桐生萌か全て話そうその上で頼みがある震えよ我が右腕
Okay, he's fallen back on the right arm.
漆黒の極限をまといて我が望みすなわち破壊の衝動を満たせ
Alright, can he chuny his way out of this one now? I pull hard with both of my arms, tearing the microwave door free with a terrible screech. The screws were loosened, but it sounds like I might have broken something too. Well, whatever.
これじゃもう唐揚げ温められないよ。
マユリよこれはすでに電子レンジではないタイムマシンなのだ
See, you could have said it was a time bomb to get her to scram.
工房だよ。じゃあオカリ新しく
Yeah, we had to ruin Mayuri's hopes and dreams again.
そんな金はない
Besides, this was Daru's idea. Removing the microwave door means we don't have to open it every time we want to send a D-mail. Daru is currently reprogramming the microwave so that it won't stop when the doors open. He's already programmed the forwarding feature. Oh, she's still here. Oika takes a picture with her phone. I cover the lens with my hand.
撮影は禁止だと言っている
記念に
何の記念だとにかく撮るな
Oika complies. I registered her as Lab Mem number 5005 just a bit earlier. It was a choice between letting her leak word of the time machine or forcing her to join our group. I reluctantly chose the latter.
俺も随分甘くなったものだ昔ならば容赦なく指圧師の命を絶っていたと
Yeah. Moika is standing right next to me, but my monologue is no effect. Looks like she wants to ask me something.
なんだ
本当にタイムマシン
本当だお前にも後で見せてやるだから絶対に口外するないいな
Moika nods.
よしプログラム終わった
Kurisu, lying on the sofa, looks up from the technical manual she was reading. She got here about 30 minutes ago.
それじゃあ実験再開ね
Alright.
また店長さんに怒られないかな
案ずることはない俺は昨日ミスター・ブラウンとこう
Okay.
したのだ今日はもう揺らさないと誓うつまり
Today.
揺らさないと約束したのは昨日
Okay.
昨日
Yeah.
から見るところの明日である今日は揺らしても問題ないのだ
Oh, a technicality.
何の解決にもなってないだろうどうしてそこまで自信満々でいられるのか不思議
Yeah, okay.
つまりこう言いたいのかクリスティーナミスター・ブラウンを
Erase them from existence.
言っとらんわそれに岡部みたいな兵糧が向か
The only person she wants to murder is Okabe.
ムキムキだもんね
So muscular. Unfortunately, it's impossible to experiment without shaking the building. I have no choice but to negotiate with Mr. Brown somehow. The other four members look at me in anticipation. Are they planning to sacrifice me?
それがシュタインズゲートの選択かしかし
While trying to think of a way to avoid talking to the manager, I wander over to the window and look outside. The street below is mostly empty. A girl is polishing her bicycle in front of the building, a much younger girl. Oh, okay, she's got the blue outside and the green and... yeah, blue and green. Blue and green eyes. We needed another color combo there. Younger girl. They're alone. Watching her work, they're alone. I can only see the backs of their heads from here, but I know who they are.
そこのバイト戦士
When I call her, Suzuha looks left and right while wiping the sweat off her brow before finally looking up here.
ウィーンさ
The girl beside her also looks up. This cute little girl is Tenoji Ne. Mr. Braun's only daughter. Looks like she came to play with her father today. I've always wondered how it's possible for such a muscular man to spawn such a cute girl. There are only 2 or 3 types in the box. I'll send you a picture if you want. Okay, now we got the frog, Think Strange, and a cow frog. Okay. And that's what that was all about. Nei bows her head when we make eye contact. I return the nod, then call out to Suzuha. Well, I knew you were polishing the bicycle. What brings you here today? And why are you with the kid? You're polishing your bicycle even though you're at work? I mean, I guess the store barely has any customers. To put it bluntly, was there even a need for a part-timer? I can hear Kurisu's sour voice from inside the lab. Looks like they're still fighting.
1階のジャンク屋の店長のことだ。
ジャンク屋じゃなくてブラウン管専門ショップでしょ。
My assistant's so picky. Junk shop was just a joke to add a little Hyoin Kyoma spice to the mix. The little girl diligently corrects us on her father's name. She must not get the joke. Oh, okay, we can shake the building as much as we want then. I mean, it's not like you're super slacking. You are doing something constructive. Okay, she's easily bought off. It's a blessing from the gods. I give my gratitude to part-time warrior and shift my attention back inside. Alright, we're all free. We're all free to make a mess. We can put as many holes in the floor as we want to. Oh, the Moeka problem. Oh wait, we're still shaken. Okay. Ooh, Phone Wave, 2nd edition, version 1.03. Second attention verse erosion. Yeah. How did we get to 1.03? Huh. The sound of a camera interrupts our quarrel. Moeka has her phone pointed at us. How many times have I told her not to take pictures? Mayuri smiles happily, Daru doesn't react, Kurisu turns away in a huff. So many bums she has to deal with. Tsundere. A girl who is usually aloof and acerbic, soon, but becomes affectionate, dere. However, when alone with her romantic interest, however, the definition has been getting much more broad recently. It's not like I like you or anything. Okay, well, once again, the strong facade is starting to slip a little. Kurusu bites her lip. So she is familiar with otaku culture. I wonder how she got that knowledge while living in America. She had a subscription to New Type magazine. She had a subscription to New Type USA. Moeka's tired of waiting. Experiment, please. Okay. She's shown great interest in the time machine ever since we told her the truth. Of course, I made her promise never to write an article about it. I threatened to take her phone away if she breaks her oath. Okay. This is the start of the second main round of experimenting, but I think we will call it here. Let's drop the shave. Overwrite. Okay, and we'll call it a stream here. Alright, I appreciate everyone who dropped by tonight. Very heavy on the reading. Yeah, let's see. What do we got? Okay, tell you what. Okay, so Ghost Girl Blues is in the middle of going through Fallout, the first Fallout, for, you know, old computers stuff, 1997 that game is from. So I guess we'll be sending you in her direction in a bit. I think I might take the day off tomorrow from streaming, take care of chores, laundry, cooking more soups, more stews, the usual thing. But I will keep you posted as to the next time we'll go about this whole time travel business. But until next time, everyone, this is Poncho Smith signing off. And as always, good night, and good luck, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later.